So I see you posted a UWP there. Is that for the
Yes.
work we're going to?
Yes. So basically, what has happened is that there it is. The 5A7 Rift Hauler, or Rift Hauler 5A7, has not returned, not made communication, nothing. So what they have done is, or what they're worried about, is it's going to what shows on the charts as a reference point. It's just a stellar reference point. Supposedly, there's nothing there. But it actually turns out there is something there. And it's not what it is, it's just the convenience of location. Because it allows the Imperium to use it as a stopping point to cross the ref for couriers and communication. And it's not something that they want to advertise too much. But just to give you an idea, Dyson, you and Creek are scientific personnel that have been assigned to the station. It's called Candling. You don't really know much about it except that it's around a dwarf star, I believe a brown dwarf star, and which is called DKB1 Alpha. And that is the world profile that you have in the chat. Now, you guys were already going to go there. The Rift Haulers, they're long distance jump ships, so they have the capability to jump 3. The reference point is 6 parsecs away. They can give up virtually half their, and they're made to give up half their cargo space for enough fuel to jump twice at 3.
Nice.
But the Imperium, in its infinite wisdom, does have in null space, or no gravital fields, no celestial body space, refueling stations. And the Rift Haulers, their maneuver drives are actually beefy enough to give them under 1G thrust, but the ability to maneuver and get refueled and then rejump. Because when you're in space without a gravity field, maneuver drives don't work. Bingo.
A fascinating theory on that. So if you consider the 3 space as being, and then he'll talk for a while.
Excellent. Glad to not hear it. So, you guys are going to make 2 jumps, and you're going with full cargo because they don't know if the ship ever arrived. All right. Now, you're going on 4A4. That's the name of the ship. It's a Rift Hauler.
4A4?
They have 4A4. They have rotating crews. So the crew that was just on this ship is off, sent somewhere else, or on their downtime and all that, and they're scrambling to put together a crew. So they're literally looking around and seeing who's available and what their UPP is.
I'm down with UPP. Yeah, you know me.
Nice.
So anyway, Randall,
yes,
you
sir.
are definitely needed to at least move cargo and be back up, to at least attempt to
Yeah,
fly
no,
it.
I mean, I don't know if there was much scuttlebutt about like when we started the first, like the mission that never happened, there was like that sort of setup of us being like kind of dumped in the middle of nowhere, but like assuming, like wiping all that from his, record of play, so to speak. Like this is definitely something Randall would have just done. Like he, you know what I mean? Like he probably just literally looking for work and picked up this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have enough skills that in a situation like this, you're viable.
Yeah, and like story and background wise, like it makes just as much. It makes sense just the same way as I had it make sense for the sort of our non-existent prequel, as far as he's made it off his home planet, same backstory and everything. It just now it applies to this is where he ended up and not there.
Right.
So yeah.
And same thing for you, Chloe. Your character's tapped because of space skills, and they need someone that knows ship.
You'll fight your job.
There's someone in the Navy who is your pilot if she shows up.
She's the quiet type. She's very quiet.
Pilots, quiet, totally misses. Yeah, I'm buying that. And that's it. Florence, you're not there yet.
That's interesting.
So anyway, this ship is loaded up with everything you need, plus some emergency stuff just in case there was a disaster or somehow to rescue. And you literally you jump into oh God, I hate this. I need 27 devices to know what the hell's going on.
You need more
for
screens.
Traveler map.
More screens.
Yeah, I'm now on. I'm going on to the fourth screen here. It's really sad. And don't tell me about tabs. We're not talking about tabs. All right. Come on, zoom in. That ain't it.
So are we still on me, or have we already gotten over to Kigorosa?
That's what I'm trying to find is Kigorosa. Thank you for the name.
No problem.
Kigorosa.
Or with
Which
a
is
K?
Yep.
I
And
see
it,
it.
yeah. Anyway, it's a red zone. You don't go to the world. You go to the gas giant.
Yeah.
You fuel up. You do your first jump. You do the maneuvering in space outside of a gravity well. Takes a while. You hook up. You refuel. You do the next jump. And you arrive at DKB1 Alpha. All right. Looking at it, it's a brown dwarf primary. Okay. It's looks like it was volcanic at one time. There seems to be extinct volcanoes. The pilot's bringing you in on to whatever landing point, and you guys are getting a view. And it's literally you're in a dim system because the star's not that bright, looking down on a small world. And as you're coming in and the ship is landing, there's several things going on. Randall, do you have comms or anything like that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you're on the comms, and you're trying to raise the station, and there's no response.
This is Canling that we're trying to raise now.
Yes. And as you're coming down, use magnification and everything, you can see that the other rift hauler is parked right there at Canling Station. And on sensors, You can ping it. Its transponder is working. It says it's Rift Hauler, blah blah blah.
Is it reporting any?
But it's
Malfunctions
that's
or
it.
anything?
That's all.
No.
That's all it says. It's transponder's on and it's there, but it's not telling you anything.
Not responding.
Visually, you're not seeing anything. So,
Does this ship have any drones we can send out?
Good question.
that's why I posted it in Discord so you guys can check this stuff for yourself.
Well, I read everything.
Mhm.
I thought, unless I missed something.
There's just 2.
Oh, spacecraft. Okay, that's new.
Oh yeah.
No, it doesn't have any drones.
Okay.
This is a severely under-equipped vessel. I'm complaining today.
Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
freighter. Have a nice day.
Doing it. Research rescue without any drones. How does that even work?
Very carefully.
What is
I
that
have to
out
admit.
of?
That is out of High Guard.
High Guard.
Oh no, I take that back. That is the High Guard format. It is out of the actual adventure.
Oh, okay.
So, there's. Hang on, I think she arrived. And she did.
Perfect timing.
It's in
Hey!
Discord. Your name is in Discord.
Yes, I just looked it up because I had Aurora, that was not it, and then I had Igloo, and that was not it. I was like, I did not name myself Igloo.
I mean, we can call you that if that's what you prefer.
And then I was like, it's not Honor. Then right,
Honoria.
Honoria. And then I was like, all right.
All right. So Honoria is piloting, and
Oh, I am.
yes,
It's
you
so
are.
quiet in the cockpit there, Noria. We barely heard.
Hey,
a
she
peep
went
out of
sterile cockpit for landing. That's what you do.
it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's like, don't bug me. I'm flying.
Like a brick with no wind.
Yeah, because the brick real worried about wind.
So anyway, you're coming in, and you're picking up that Candling Station is basically a scattering of buildings.
Yeah, I was gonna
no-
say just from the silly or like the iconography, it's like a hab station. It's not even like fully built so much as it's like
Right.
you put the box down and push the button and it turns into a like 4-bed tent kind of thing.
Nice. Like the
Uh,
Jetsons.
Not quite. I'll describe it for later, but you're coming in. The station is in a long, relatively deep valley. We're not talking excessively, but it's pretty good curve. It is by a stream, and you can see the hauler on the landing field, which looks like it's been flattened by fusion cutters down to the rock. And Honoria, you see that there's what would be referred to as divots in the rock from people who come in and don't do a gentle landing. Which is
Looking at the sensors here, and it looks like there's a huge area to maybe the east-ish of the station where someone has extremely delicately used the eraser tool.
yes, because that was the key
Uh-huh.
for the whole map that you don't need to know.
Don't you love it when they provide? I love it when they provide only one version of something and
no
it has
player.
all the information on it. Yeah.
You're like, no,
Yes.
no.
The number of
And,
hours I've spent like redoing a
that
player
is
version
not
of the map.
a 10 in the middle of the stream.
Mm-mm.
That is
That's
the old Zodani symbol for water.
Right.
okay? It's a circle or an oval over a line.
I thought it was the River Io.
But anyway, you're coming in, and it's one of those places where like all the lights are on outside and so forth, for the landing field and all that. And anybody who has military training, it's like, oh, we're going to be in a bubble of light where we can't see out, but everyone in the cosmos can see in. It's kind of that effect.
Nice.
And like I said, there's no signal for the base. There's no signal for the other rift hauler. And Honoria, if you'll just give me a quick piloting roll and see how many divots you put in, or whether you actually land nice.
While she's rolling that, I know we didn't do all of our characters together this time. Okay, who is here now? Like, I'm on the ship with Honoria.
Okay. You are on the ship with Honoria, Chloe, Creek, Dyson, and yourself.
Okay, so the only person not here is Florence.
Correct.
So in this iteration of reality, I don't know.
You do know Creek.
Florence. I do know Creek. Okay.
I did a 2d6 plus 1. I got a 10.
Yeah, you come in and you butt end it where the main maneuver drive is, and then you just gently lay it down.
And I smooth as butter.
Smooth as butter.
And I turn and go, as it should be. And I just release the seat and like rickety get up.
You like
As it should be.
you like an old person grunt when you get up out of the chair? Is that what
And I'm such a good pilot that like the actual seat has my own little like butt divots in it. I'm like, as it should be.
Tech level 12, it smooths the butt divots out, and it just has memory.
like memory foam?
Yeah, it's great.
Well, it's like memory foam, but it's active memory. She's when it detects her butt, it forms itself to her butt print before she can finish settling that weight there.
There's a lot of talk about butt in this game. Let's move on.
I do what my players want. I just
Sounds like she's got a Dune chair dog, is what that is.
Nice.
Okay. So as you guys are like, all right, we're here. No one's responding.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of figuring out what you want to do.
So, first thing I'm doing is like, what's the habitat, deal of the planet? Is this?
It is cold, but it
Yeah.
is thin atmosphere and breathable.
Got it.
And because Creek and Dyson were actually coming here, the ship over the past week has been slowly lowering air pressure. So you five are acclimatized to the thin air.
Got it.
Okay.
We're not coming out gasping. Got it. Okay.
Correct. But while you're looking at each other going, on the sensor panel, Randall, a little alarm goes on, and it says one of the cryobursts is starting to open
On
Cryoburst on our ship?
on your ship.
on our ship.
That's not one of the crowd bursts with my stuff in it, is it?
So
You did not bring freeze-dried bugs. End of discussion.
Not dry.
number one, do we know there are cryo?
You do know there's
Stasis.
cryobursts. Yeah,
Okay.
there are low bursts on the ship. You
I mean,
were
I
not
guess
aware.
the question's not are they there, but did we know somebody was in them?
No.
Okay.
Well,
I'm probably still in the pilot's area. Have I noticed any of this, or is it just them?
Yeah, and would I have noticed any of this?
If you're on the bridge, you notice it. I mean, it dings on
Yeah,
the board.
I mean, as soon as that happens,
Your spacers, you hear
I'm
a
just gonna
ding.
go
It's an alarm.
check.
You look.
Randall just goes to the cryoburst to see what's going on.
I go too.
we may want to spend a couple of minutes just making sure that everybody knows who everybody else's characters are, because we've been together for at least a couple of weeks on board the ship, so we would know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would prefer rolling in with something like that too. I like doing that
Okay.
stuff.
I've
We'll start
taken
with
most
Dyson.
of everybody's money at the poker table. I've already done that. I've already established that. Like I've got like a third of each of everybody's wages in my pocket.
Yeah, I
Actually, I know someone who has higher gambling, so no, you don't.
Nice.
And gambling is a tax of people that don't understand math. So I understand math. I don't gamble.
Yeah, me too.
All right, cool. Dyson.
I'm basically a xenobiologist. I'm a science geek. Yeah.
Oh, what's your specialty?
Xenobiology.
Okay.
Yeah.
Creek.
I'm a biologist, but I'm something of a polymath. I've got, I've done a little bit of research in a bunch of different areas. So if it's science based, I've probably dug into it.
God.
So how's he introduce himself? Like, does he just say scientist or what?
Well, back to Dyson for a second. How does Dyson introduce himself as just a? Are you talking about me or Dyson?
Anybody that wants to answer.
So,
Yeah.
So Creek he's a regular guy who just happens to know a bunch of science stuff. He doesn't.
So is he untrained, like autodidactic then, or?
Oh, no. I did attend a program at the University of Virginia and graduated with honors, and then went on to work. He's got all the degrees and credentials and so forth. He's Dr. Creek, but he hates that. But yeah, he's a biologist primarily, but he's also he's also familiar with the physical sciences and dabbled in some robotic stuff and self-ontology, of course. Because
so if after knowing him for a week, Randall kind of thinks of him as like a biologist and polymath scientist guy, like he's got him. Okay,
right. Yeah. He's that guy.
Any kind of interesting backstory stuff that would have come up on the journey, or?
Well, he's had a fairly colored career. He had let's see. He's got a couple of rivals. He's got an ex that he doesn't speak well of. He doesn't speak poorly of her, but he doesn't speak well of her either. Wow. He's made a couple of breakthroughs in his field. And his primary focus is entomology. So he's very interested in bugs. He's got a lot of bug motifs. He doesn't have any pet bugs. So you'll be happy to know he doesn't have a foot wide pet spider or something.
So I like to think that Randall loves hearing you talk about bugs. No joke, because so Randall comes from an arid planet where, like, there are species of things like bugs.
Oh yeah,
but they're few. They're far between. The planet kind of barely supports much life to begin with. So I would imagine he actually legitimately loves it when you like talk about some random critter he's never going to see.
Yeah, and so Creek he goes from zero to enthusiastic at the drop of a hat about really any subject, and he's an absolute terror at Trivial Pursuit.
Nice. I'm more just your straight-laced scientist kind of guy. I've been a career scientist. I'm from the Tobias sector, so I'm familiar with a lot of traffic around the rift. So I know people, coming in and out doing explorations and stuff, and I'm hoping to get out in there and really do some cool xenobiology work. I want to see something that nobody else has seen.
Got it.
Kind of deal.
So you specialize in Xenos. So you're
Yeah, so you're out here to make real discoveries and stuff.
Exactly.
hey.
Exactly.
The biology is very real.
Oh no, I mean not that Creek's not. I'm just like, you know. That just seems
he's
to me
real.
that
He's
comes
right
across
there.
as his sort of reason for leaving home, which is,
Yeah.
you know.
Fair enough.
All right, Chloe.
I am a burger. I'm actually a pretty educated burger who decided that after I graduated college,
How would you? So how would you actually present your career, sweetie?
That's a good question.
So yeah. Like, consider for a moment how you would actually present yourself.
Merchant.
Yeah, that's it. I just have a way of getting around. I got stuff and things, and I have a
lot
way
of work.
of collecting stuff and things. So if you need something, let me know. I'm happy to take care of you. How's that?
It's a lot better than where I suspected
Okay.
you were going.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I can function on a ship. I can help out. I can do some stuff here and there. I'm not really talkative for the most part. I just kind of get around,
Surprising for a barter.
which is very surprising for a burger.
All right, Honoria.
Hi, I'm Honoria. Been the military lady. Wanted to live my career in the military. I'm Navy. I was gonna stay there. But someone pushed me out.
She didn't work in the lunchroom when she was younger, did she?
She did. It was great. She's just like, it's like lunch, but she actually figured out where she was gonna go with her life.
Nice.
And I didn't have a crippling thing that ended up making me become a pirate, then also broke my leg in the process.
Nice.
Did you say
Yeah.
you were forced out?
Yeah, I was pretty much forced out. And then
Okay. Do we get when that comes up in conversation and stuff? Do we get a sense of like, are you free with why and what happened, or is it one of those things where you're like, yeah, I'm not in the Navy anymore?
yeah, I'm not in the Navy anymore.
So keeps it close to the
Tight.
chest. Then
Keep it tight. I run a tight ship. I'm your pilot. I left. I was gonna do something else. I don't know what. And then someone showed up and said, "Yo, you're a good pilot." I went, "I know. I'm the best." Here I am. I'm Honoria. Nice to meet you.
I've never
And
met a pilot.
I'll give you like this weird, like creepy, like hand thing, and I'll shake out and like do small. You know what I mean? Where they don't want to handshake it, but they've been taught this is what you do in civilian life.
You're human?
I am human.
So is that like an ego thing? Because like every pilot I had ever heard of is always the best pilot.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you have to have that kind of ego to be a pilot.
All
You
right?
If you have to, yeah.
Right. I've never heard a pilot go, "Oh,
you know,
okay."
you know what? You know what they call pilots who weren't
If
the best
you-
pilot?
Dead?
Dead.
just like everything else, there's a wide chasm between I can get off the ground and put it back on the ground and I'm a fucking amazing pilot. And like of the ones that I've spoken to, like military pilots are the ones with the egos.
Yep.
If you meet a private pilot who thinks they're hot shit, do not get in that fucking person's plane. You want your private pilot to say, I've been flying for this long. We're going to fly under VFR today. I am IFR qualified. I know how to fly. I'm not going to promise you that we're going to land okay.
And if you see the private airplane and it's one of those smaller ones with the V tail instead of the regular cross,
Those are
but
death.
V, those are
death
called
traps.
doctor killers because
Yeah.
doctors buy them and then crash.
What's hilarious is if I'm thinking of the same model you are, that's the one that the option exists to buy a whole airplane parachute system, and the company almost refuses to sell them without that because statistically the people, like as you say, like people with just enough money and not quite enough sense buy those planes because they are genuinely an impressive airframe.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
they're pretty with that.
They're
that
gorgeous,
tail is
yeah.
sexy.
And if that parachute system works, great.
In the
Well-
plane world, it's basically the retiree on the Harley.
See, whole plane just
I-
kind of.
I'll be
floating down.
happy if one day I can have just like a 60s or 70s Piper Cub or Cessna or something.
I have a friend who flies an ultralight.
yeah, no,
Those are cool.
They'll
I'm
still be
really
yeah,
good at my
I'd love
job.
to take an ultralight up too.
That's
We'll
that's
definitely make
legit.
sure you've got an active life insurance policy if you get one of those.
Yep. As you should, Jess. As you should.
You're good at your job, Nina.
What's up?
She's good at her job.
Oh, yeah. And that's actually all you get from me, as I just stare at you and go, "What else?"
So for 2 weeks you've been pretty much just on the ship, tight, like closed-lipped.
Yeah, she talks, but it's all about the ship.
Yeah, it's like
just business.
right
Just
when she
business.
comes into the mess and you're in there getting a cup of coffee, she's not chatting with you or anything. It's yeah.
Nope.
She probably waits till
I'm
we.
here to do. I'm here to do a job. I'm here to land the job. And I'm gonna make sure you all get off of my job, and then I leave for the next job.
I can
Like,
see
Tom-
her waiting impatiently in the galley for us to leave. So that she
I know,
can
just
sit
being
down
like,
and
"Stop chit-chatting. Leave."
I do the work. I get paid. I move on to the next
I move
job.
out. Yeah.
We
Like,
all
this is,
grow up our
I don't ask
plates.
questions.
So she's the kind of person that she walks into a room and it's like two people just left.
Yeah. Just left. Well, I'm grabbing up my plate, my cup. I'm like,
Oh, I'm God.
You're like,
But yeah. But yeah, that's all you're gonna get out of me. Like, I'm pretty tight-lipped about it all. All you know is I'm ex-military, and I'm
Everybody
here
knows
just
the speed story.
to, and just do it. That's about
So
it.
funny.
No, it's amazing. I love it.
Makes
What's
a lot
up?
of
Can
notes
we get
when
a
comes
speed
around.
check ground?
nice.
Julie, I'm sorry. Through the sort of back and forth, I missed how you sort of ended up describing, like you're a Varger, and then James started coughing merchant at you.
I'm pretty good at ships. I have a tendency to, so, people hire me to help run the ships and
Okay, so
I'm a
as far
way
as
of
Randall
smooth
can tell,
talking
being around you
people.
on a ship, you're a spacer, basically.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
so
yeah.
are we talking like an engineer or a steward or?
Yeah, I mean, do we see you fixing stuff? I mean,
I can astrogate, so I can help tell you where to go. I'm
Do you
okay
point?
at-
Do you point
I'm-
like?
I'm okay at the gun, so if there's any turrets on the ship, I can use those.
She's good at the vac suit.
Oh
So
yeah, I'm just kind of a spacer. I like
Yeah,
going
so,
around to different places. And
yeah, just like
doing
now, is this like you've been doing this forever and ever and ever? You don't remember being on Planet Born, or
No, I remember being on Planet Board, but I like this better.
okay? Were you fleeing anything, or is all that so far in the past it's not relevant anymore? Or
For the most part.
okay.
All right, Randall. What about you?
Mine's on the Discord, but to sum it up, essentially Randall is from a pretty threadbare system called Obeb, and he's from the planet Obeb Hatatu, and they are sort of on the edge of, I guess for the lack of my knowledge of anyone better to attribute it to, we'll say on the edge of Imperial space, because essentially his planet is occupied. It's an arid, like I said, it barely sustains the life that's there. The life that is there is tribalistic, but not Bedouin. They're technologically, fairly doing okay or whatever, because they had contact with other worlds and stuff. But then this oppressive sort of occupying government has set up shop on Obeb Hatatu to strip mine it basically, and has subjugated Randall's people. And in that, there are some that joined up and are sort of willing puppets of the occupying force. And essentially, his choices were jail or work for the occupiers. And he managed to escape his homeworld by stowing away on a salvaging ship that had landed there for like refueling and stuff. So he stowed away, spent about 12 years because he joined up as he fled his planet as a young man, but he's got his burning passion is basically to free his people. And so sort of as he goes through all of his travels and trials and stuff, it's all in his mind, all just ways to find the threads to put together a way to get them off of his planet.
You ever
Okay,
heard of this place called
and you're
Drenax?
actually
Huh?
well.
You ever heard of this planet called Drenax? It's kind of like that. It's
If it's from Traveler, no, not at all.
yeah, it's kind of like that. We basically made Drenax like Dune in our planet, in our system.
Yeah, Dune meets the Hawkman.
Yeah, exactly. The Hawkman from Flash Gordon. Yeah.
All right. So now you guys got an idea of who everybody is. You do have. All right. So you're getting no response from the base. You're not seeing anybody out there. You're getting no response from the ship, but the transponder's on. So you're getting that transponder read.
Got it.
Okay.
It's got some power, at least emergency power. So, and,
right.
And the cold berth was opening up. So I've got some medical training. I can grab my bag and head down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm whipping out my my neural activity scanner.
I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down with you, just in case you need help or anything.
They're getting out.
I do believe
like
I responded
scientific
no
and-
to the neural activity scanner.
I got nothing from that. I hear nothing on that.
Well, you still
I gave
don't
you the
have
character
it.
I gave you the character sheet. I gave you the character sheet. There was no response at all on it. I don't have a neural activity scanner. It just detects like higher functioning brain activity. That's all it does.
Yeah, it's like 15.
Is this happening on the Rift Hauler that they came in on, or is this happening on the station orbiting the planet that they're going to investigate?
All right. So, did you see the map in the Discord?
Station. Station.
That is the station.
Oh, okay.
That's
That's where
funny.
we're at.
Oh, so it's a station on the planet, not a space
Yeah.
station. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab my medikit and head down to cold berths.
Okay,
Seriously, I don't have my neural activity scanner. It's like
I was just making sure, I'm not on their ship, right?
No, you're not.
Okay, that's
Okay.
what.
I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go with you, Creek. Okay.
They're all getting out like medical kits and science doodads. Randall reaches up under the station that he works at and pulls loose his submachine gun and follows.
Whoa.
Well, just so you know, Randall, I don't pull out any kind of kits. I just kind of go.
Fair enough.
All right. So, you know he's a scavenger, and parts is parts, and body parts is parts. So,
It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with sometimes people stow away with weapons.
this is true.
He's been on ships he's been on a salvage ship that literally goes from wreck to station to wreck to even farther out station for 12 years.
Well, and if you're paying attention, you're gonna see that I have I kind of have a decent size blade with me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's not a knife. That's a knife.
More like a machete. Yeah, got it.
No, not machete. Small.
All right. So
knife.
now those at the low berth.
Fighting knife. Yeah.
So Creek and Chloe went. Randall, were you following with his SMG?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dyson, were you also going?
I was trying to check out the station area if we're going to disembark or not. But I mean, there is somebody coming out of the low berth, like a signal. I guess we should secure that first before we figure out what's going on. Yeah, I'll give Creek a hand, see if he needs any help with reviving the person.
So I have my blade out.
Did we have a lottery? Did we have a lottery to see if he makes it or not?
Nobody knew it was
The
on
low
board.
berth. Oh, whoa, wait! There was no.
Yeah, no, we didn't know
Yeah.
about that. This hence
already
the
established.
submachine gun, dude.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's why I have my blade out, dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so this is unusual. So it's like in the cargo bay then, not in like the med bay.
It is where they have the cryo berths on the map of the ship.
Low berths.
And we wouldn't have noticed that.
We
In,
didn't
like, the
go
weeks of
check
travel?
in them to see if there were anybody. Yeah.
It wasn't showing up on sensors. You had no reason to look.
Okay.
So, yeah, me and my med kit are going down there, wondering what sort of.
Yeah,
people-
I guess. Yeah, I think we should definitely do that. Yeah, I'll see if you need a hand helping reviving it.
I'm for kicking them off the ship.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely.
That's
yeah.
all I'm doing. You guys can go down there. I'm tidying up, getting ready for the next hop, picking up the next people. And I look at that. I notice that that's off, but per regulation, you guys should be getting off. I'll fix that later.
You're standing by the door, getting ready to say goodbye now.
Yeah, and no one's coming.
Okay, so first off, just to let you know, jump uses up your fuel. The first thing you got to do is refuel.
There it is. That's probably what I'm going to be looking at, is figuring out how to hook it up and get the fuel. But anyways, as they're heading down to go check, because I see a mob's going down, and I assume efficiency's sake, I should probably just get the fuel back in the boat.
There's not a mob going down.
There's
just
a mob
couple
going
of
down.
them.
Okay.
More than one.
Mob of 4 people. Exactly.
Okay.
You're only lacking pitchforks and torches.
All right, so the 4 people who are going,
Hit it.
I believe, Creek, you were leading with an actual medical kit in your hand.
Indeed.
So why don't you give me a medical roll to make sure that the person waking up doesn't die?
Yeah, because I'm not a psychopath.
I mean, if only I had my neural activity scanner, I could tell what it is.
Looking over Creek's shoulder, you can tell it's a human female.
Female.
Mm.
Age roughly.
You'll find out in a second.
Yeah.
As soon as he tells me he didn't roll snake eyes.
He did not roll snake eyes.
Okay.
So
Because you got a ridiculous education, don't you?
I do. Yeah, it's 14.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beats mine.
But the roll was a 14. Sorry.
All right. So, the human female has that shivering, coughing because they were just extubated in special form and so forth, and is also in a thin atmosphere, which they are not acclimatized to.
They weren't. No.
Yeah,
No.
maybe grab a,
She's been breathing through a tube.
maybe see if I
Now,
have
if only I had a player who could role play this for me of just waking up and trying to figure out what's going on.
I'll be looking around for a breather mask and some sort of a blanket.
Oh my god, that's how you're showing up, Jess? You are so rich that you cryo froze yourself. Dang,
Listen,
girl. Dang. that's
I'll
one
work
piece
with
to-
you, but I can't be here for weeks dealing with you every day. Okay? I'm not gonna play checkers with you. I'm not gonna eat cereal with you. Like, let's just get to work or whatever. Okay.
She opted to cryo sleep versus
She opted to cryo. I love
hanging
it.
out with you for 3 weeks. That's horrible.
I love
It's like
it.
an extreme version of what the hell do you call those sleeping pills? I just wanted to sleep and then wake up when it's time to do things.
That
That's
is an awesome version of Xanax right there, bro.
Xanax, yeah.
Xanax it right out.
But meanwhile, the
Yeah.
4 in the room that are seeing this lady of an imperious gaze wake up, you don't know who the hell she is.
We automatically realize she's a noble by the look. You know, we go, oh.
I'm just making sure she's alive and likely to stay that way.
I'm just making sure she's not gonna do something stupid.
Define stupid.
I mean,
Wait
let's-
for it.
Let's get you some oxygen.
I don't
and,
know.
and warm you up a little bit.
I'll be right back, guys.
Then maybe you can tell us how you came to be in this cryopod.
I've got my my thermo blanket
There you go.
to get out of my thing,
Yep, we'll get her. We'll wrap that medical blanket around her and get her warmed up and
even though it's actually really warm here right now. But I can't. Damn it.
and give her some oxygen.
Yes, please, oxygen. Did I know I was on the ship with these guys? Like that? Did I know anything
No.
about who I was on the ship with?
Nope.
Okay.
Now you probably remember something entirely different as your last memory was probably not climbing into a cryopod.
Well, fun story, person I don't know. I have no idea why I'm here. Maybe you can tell me. Maybe.
No.
My name is Florence, by the way. Florence Belleville, Baroness of Albalar. Perhaps you've heard of me.
No, or perhaps not.
No,
No.
well,
Okay.
you're on the
That's to be
The-
expected, I suppose.
the 4A4 at point XF 1402. I'm guessing that's not what you were expected to be.
I'm not sure, honestly. But I'm here now. Where here is. You could enlighten me if you know. That'd be nice.
Yeah, you're on board 4A4 at point XF 1402.
Oh.
We're out in the middle of the Reft,
Oh, lovely.
a big open area of no other stars nearby.
Oh.
Took us a bit of doing to get. Yeah, it looks like somebody stuck her into a cryopod.
Yeah. This
So,
sounds
you-
expected. Yeah,
You don't have
I hate
enemies,
it.
do you?
I mean, just the usual in politics. People don't like decisions that are made because they just don't understand. It's not their fault they don't understand. They don't have the education to. But that's why there are diplomats who work amongst themselves, makes these decisions for them because we understand. I've retired.
What's the last thing you remember?
Yeah, I have a suspicion she's not going to need to be stabbed or shot a bunch, Randall, Chloe.
I don't.
No, I've already slung a weapon.
It's all
Me
kind of
too.
blending together between, life and dreams. Like I'm not sure. I don't even know what day it is. So, yeah.
It's 4-day.
They are able to provide a date, which is 1/2/3/1105.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm gonna need a second because that's a whole year later than I expected you to say. So, yep. Cool. Awesome. I'm just gonna sit over here and ruminate for a second.
You hear the intercom kick on. Julie, please exit the ride. Please.
All right. So just to know that there's 4 NPCs
Mhm.
that are your engineers,
Okay,
Honoria, because of the
Mhm.
size of the ship.
perfect.
And if you look at the map, Honoria,
Mhm.
you will see, I guess on the right-hand side after they turned it, you'll see those green tanks.
Which map, by the way?
Candling
The one in
station.
Discord, Candling Station.
But yeah,
There
she's
it
asking
is.
because there's 17 maps in Discord.
Yeah, there is. There's a bunch of them. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So the tanks.
All right. So you see that little hut right next to him.
Yep.
I mean, you've been on enough stations and various low-tech starports that the hut's probably got all the tubing and everything else that you can hook up so you can start refueling.
Perfect. So I'll be doing that while they're, saying hi.
Or you'll have your engineers,
Yep. Got
however
it.
you want to do it.
We've got extra people on the ship. There's others.
You have 4
Engineers.
engineers because of the size of the ship.
Nice.
So,
4 Richards.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll do.
yeah. So you're the second mystery we've got today. We're not able to raise the other ship. Are we able to raise the base?
No, you haven't been able to raise the base or the ship.
Wow.
And looking out, you can see that
Do they
big
power?
rectangular building, which
Right.
is also the tallest building, has
Okay.
all sorts of sensor arrays on top of it. So you assume communications is there as well. And nothing looks damaged.
Do they have power?
The lights are on, like I said.
Okay. Any movement?
That you do not have.
The good news is they won't be able to charge you for this refueling there, units.
I know.
You're like, whoa, free gas.
Free gas. So am I starting to get weirded out? Cold Dark Void.
A little bit.
Yeah,
You
there's a lot of
do,
that.
you know, as a Rift Hauler captain, they gave you an emergency code
Okay.
to be able to enter the other Rift Hauler should you find it derelict or whatever.
Okay.
So you do have that.
The code is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Probably not far off. Never,
Probably, yeah.
never attribute to enemy action anything that could be explained by stupidity.
Oh, star. 1, 2, 3, 4. Star.
So, well, we should probably go see if anybody's home. They've obviously had some sort of equipment failure. I hope they haven't had some sort of accident or something. I don't know. So let's go check that out and see what everybody is. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself put together and I'm gonna leave all my gear here, but I'm gonna go head out and see if I can't see what's going on out there. Go ring the doorbell. Yeah,
Base first or Rift ship first?
base first. They've been here longer.
Yeah, I'm thinking if they were stuck on the ship, there'd be a horrible reason, in which case we'd want to know what that reason was. I say base
Yeah.
first, too.
Okay.
If only
so,
I had my neural activity scanner so I could tell you how many life forms are out there. But no.
all right, fine, asshole. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
So make my electronics sensors roll?
Yeah.
Got it. That is an 8 plus 2 is 10.
Nothing except the people around you.
Got it. Okay. Fair enough. Now I know.
All right. So as you see, there is a bridge over the stream, and just to let you know, that stream, it's pretty wide. You know, at its narrowest points, somewhere around 10 meters, maybe a little bit less, and in most places, about 40 centimeters deep.
Is it actual, like, H2O water, or is it liquid something else?
It is apparently H2O water, and it is a slow stream. It's not moving fast.
Got it.
Gravity should be low here too.
More like a creek.
Correct, but there are chunks of ice floating in it.
Nice.
Okay. If you're not wearing jackets and whatnot, and I'm saying you have jackets, because I just don't see why you wouldn't. It would get cold rather quickly being outside, unless you're doing something strenuous.
No, I've got I've got a CES mostly for the pockets and the protection, and then a jacket on over that because fucking
Where did
cold.
we land?
I wanna be cold.
I would have my combat environmental suit on, I think.
Are we out by where Rift Hauler 5A7 is? Are we parked next to it, or which side?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
Got
Yeah,
it.
kind of like basic. I'm picturing them sort of side by side, just
Yeah.
on that side of the bridge.
And just to let you
basically.
know, there's room enough to park 3 Rift Haulers out here.
So those green things look, I guess they're like water tanks.
Air fuel.
Fuel.
Hydrogen? Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we were coming in, is there anything else on the surface of this rock other than Canling Station?
Insects of some sort,
Go ahead and give me a sensors roll, Randall.
or so I've been told.
Computers, sensors. Okay.
It's a different dice roller now.
Oh,
You can see the syntax.
Yeah, I got that wrong too.
Yeah.
You don't have to put you don't have to type roll every time.
Yay, no
I'm
space.
just
Okay.
using dice.
Well, good for you.
He's a purist, just like them, all virgin purist.
Lazy. I like to look
Excuse
like a Peter
I'm
robot.
using my Deep Night
Just
Deep Night Revelation dice with the
Nice.
weird looking 6 that we won't really discuss what it looks like on that. So. I'm like, that's
It looks like a torso with a dot above the head.
yeah,
Never mind.
that's the ship. But yeah,
It's like an element cruiser.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the cruiser. Yeah.
So what'd you get, Daniel? 5? Okay, so yeah, you further down the valley on the edge of the valley is a an extinct volcano crater of quite a decent height, as in it actually is high enough that it's non-breathable atmosphere if you were to, go over without some sort of apparatus to maintain breathability for you humans.
So you say the elevation of it is
Elevation, that's the word I'm looking for. And there is a small, like, accessory station over there. And if you mention it,
Yeah, I would have. Yeah.
okay, Creek or Dyson would be able to tell you that, oh yeah, there's an observation station for the stellar body. In
Is
other
it
words,
like a
they're looking
telescope?
at the brown dwarf.
It's like a telescope, space telescope or something. Or
Well, telescope,
Were we ab-
radio telescope, everything that you would have.
If we tried to hail that, do we get any response?
Give me a comms roll.
they're assuming there's satellites that can relay it, but yeah,
Or that we've got line of sight on it, or
yeah.
Or maybe they would just make it in such a way that, you're at the station that it's connected to. Maybe there's some sort
That's
of
true. A
way
relay,
for
relay.
communicate.
Or relay, yeah. What is that thing over by the hydrogen tanks?
That small hut?
Oh, it's a hut. Okay.
Yeah. That's where you basically go in and get the hoses to hook up to your ship.
Oh, okay. It's got all the.
and
It's-
probably the processing plant.
It's the gas pump. It's the.
It's the
Yeah,
gas.
pretty much.
It's where the engineers are at.
You got 4 little red shirts doing your work for you.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what minions are for.
That's right.
You do that. You do that. Don't forget to lube the landing gear too. It was grinding a little when it came down.
Okay. So you are not able to raise that station.
No.
There's no response. You're not even sure if they're receiving your signal.
What's the is there anything atmospherically going on right now, storms, etc., or is it pretty calm?
Basically, you have very, very, very tiny snowflakes.
Cool.
And you'll see on the edges of the valley, there's. It seems like there's a light dusting of snow, and then it sort of almost goes away, and then it comes
Yeah.
back.
The snow that
You don't
exists
have
on
any
places
true
without a whole lot
grasses.
of
Well, no, you don't
moisture
have
in
any
the
true
atmosphere.
grasses or plants. It all looks like,
Lichen.
lichen and mosses, that
Mhm.
sort of thing.
Kind of permafrost kind of a deal.
Yeah.
Nice. Can we break out our space parkas?
And some
I wanna-
arthropods.
Pretty,
I want my
pretty much.
I want my Hoth space parka. The furry.
All
Oh, no,
right.
you're getting the ones in Lost in Space, dude. The
You
original.
you guys wanna go out and check this out?
Yeah.
So I have a wee question. Why are we here?
Well, we're here because we went to look for something. You are slumming.
That's an interesting assumption, seeing as I don't even know why I'm here. But since I was brought here along with you,
I will bring
why are
Florence up.
you here? I suppose I should ask.
I will bring Florence up to speed. So the Dr. Dyson and I are here as we're field researchers, I would assume.
Yes.
And I'm here to study the arthropods that Frolic can gamble amongst the lichen and mosses on this crappy little ice ball. And Dr. Dyson is here to look for other sorts of life and to study the same arthropods. His specialty is xenobiology. My specialty is biology.
Yeah.
The rest of the crew are here crewing the ship that got us out here. So we're 6 parsecs out into the ref. So we're 2 jumps. We're 2 jump 3s away from the nearest thing that you would term civilization. Although I think using the word civilization with that world is being overly generous. But it's the nearest place where there are people, and there's a tiny little reference point that they stopped at to refuel. Oh no, actually, did they stop? Did they stop to refuel, or no? They just the Reft hauler just had fuel for 2 jump 3s, right?
So the Reft hauler is capable of carrying fuel for 2 jump 3s, but you were fully loaded and you stopped at a way station between.
Got it.
In empty space.
Yeah. The deep space fueling station that we stopped at to get here. So the trip back is on this ship or that one out there that's not responding to us, and the base is not responding to us. So we're going out to go find out why the base isn't responding.
I see.
And just to let you know, this station, although it is researching, is more here as a refueling station for the Imperium than it is as a research. That's the add-on.
Okay,
Right.
that's why anyone cares, is because it's like
Yeah.
a research station. Okay.
Oh, Imperium, Schmirium, I'm less concerned.
You know, it's a Sunoco station, and oh, by the way, it's got a Dairy Queen in it.
And some interesting bugs.
Yes. So you're here to study some bugs, but then also the Imperium couldn't get their gas tanks refueled because the station's not responding, which is why you need Ford.
Well, they sent so the ship that's out there. They sent that ship out, and then it was overdue coming back, and so they sent another ship out to go find it to see what's going on. And when we try and hail it, we're not getting any response.
That is definitely a problem. Okay, I
It is.
understand.
So
If you
really
prefer, we could put you back in cryo while we do this.
Absolutely not, my dear man. I'm here to help. I am a career diplomat, and this is a situation.
Well,
And
your skills may come in handy. Throw a jacket on.
Priority to the Imperium, so I will help however I can. I just wanted to get an idea of the situation, and
Go talk to that rock. Do diplomatic relations with the rock.
thank you.
You may want to throw a jacket on. It's cold outside. You're welcome to use that breather mask unless you've got one of your own you prefer to use, because the air is
No,
the
I
air is
have
cold within.
yeah,
and
no,
you've got 2 weeks to acclimate.
yeah, no. Whatever I get on the ship is all I have.
All right,
Besides
so
clothing
I
ring.
want a little continuity in my head here. So there's 4 of you plus the Baroness.
Did she lose?
We're
a
down
bet?
at cryo. Are you still that cryo?
Still
I
like
would imagine we took her to a stateroom or a mess hall or something.
All right, so I'll say you went to the common area amongst
Yeah.
the ship. Okay.
fair enough.
All right. Honoria, while all
Mhm.
this was going on,
Mhm.
you and your engineers are coming up with a plan to hook up hoses and so forth because that's what you do.
Exactly.
Thread them through the 3-foot tall eggs that seem to be littering the space between the fueling and the ship.
They're
Mhm.
cabbages. Hush.
Mhm.
They're like footballs stuck in the mud.
Do you check on your passengers who wandered off to the cryo to find out what happened, or do you?
Yeah. Yeah, while the engineers are adding on the hoses, I'll actually go back to the crew and I'll turn around and I've been waiting for them to like come to the to wave goodbye, and not even wave, salute goodbye, and they're not coming. So I'll turn and go, oh, civilians, and I'll start heading back because it's 1200 and they're not here yet. And so I'm walking towards the common area or wherever I hear noises, right?
Right.
So I'll actually head towards the cryo bay first because that's where I assume they're at.
Yeah, they're not there.
Okay.
Yeah,
I get
you know what-
annoyed.
You know what assuming does?
So I'm annoyed, and then I turn around. I go, "Where'd they go?" And I get back up. It's
Yeah,
annoyed. Annoyed.
So you figure that they at least have to get their baggage, so maybe they're by their staterooms.
Yep.
So you come upon the common area where they are gathered, and apparently they have had offspring because there's another one. But
She didn't pay passage.
Honoria, you
Yeah.
recognize
Oh no.
Baroness Florence from
Yes,
a
I do.
diplomatic mission you were on.
To Alderaan.
No. And I'll look and go, and I'll look very surprised. She has the money, so I'll be like, where'd she come from?
Why she come to low birth? Exactly.
I know
She has
where'd she come from?
And the rules change.
Yeah, and the rules change just all of a sudden. And I'll actually go right up to you, Baroness, and I'll be like, Madame, why are you here?
We're like, did she say madame? She said madame.
Just like, I thought you'd be, and then I'll pause and think about it. Like, and you can see me like trying to make the dots of where I thought you would be, and I'm like, not here.
What was your rank when you were forced out of the Navy or when you left?
I think I was Petty Officer 3. 1 second.
Yeah,
I'll
third
check.
class
Yeah,
petty officer.
Third class Petty Officer.
I'll kind of give you a praise glance because like I'm surprised to see you too, and just say
Small
Petty Officer
galaxy.
Gonzalez. It is a definite surprise to see you. Cannot say unpleasant. Also, I don't know why I'm here, but hopefully you'll find out.
And I look and go, yes. And I'll look at you and be like, I'll make it so.
I mean no disrespect trespassing on your ship, but it is good to see you. I hope you're well.
I turn and go, no longer a petty officer. I'm now on this ship. Things are not going well.
She's
but
a
it'll be well
captain.
later.
She's a captain now.
I'm a
Okay, Captain. My apologies, Captain.
No, it's fine. Like, you get what I'm saying. Like, I'll turn and be like, and I'm so honest. I'm just like, it was going well. Now it's not going well. No longer a petty officer. Because the last time we saw each other was like 2 years ago. So I was still in the service. And like, you just see me turn and be like, no, it's not going well. Just like you. I don't know what I'm doing here either. So, but yeah, so no, so you do recognize me, and I'll look at you, and I'll just be like, do you need a room? Because I actually think you're the shit. Unlike all these heathens.
Screw them.
That
We're
would be
just lucky they're here.
appreciated.
Yeah.
Your crew has your crewmates have been very kind.
Okay, cool. So yeah, no, I'll join everybody then and turn and say, we're refueling. Like, I'll tell everyone at this point, the other engineers are refueling the tanks. Have you guys, and I'll look at the scientists and I'll say, are you guys walking off the ship to go do your sciencey stuff?
Are you leaving my ship? Is basically what you're saying.
No.
I know. But I'm going to be nice about it because the Baroness is here in front of me. So I'm not going to be like, get off my ship. I'm just going to say, are you about to do an excursion that will take quite some time with your science equipment?
No, we're not doing science yet. We're just going to go find out why none of the locals seem to be responding to our hail.
Don't you think it's odd nobody's here?
And I turned. I was honestly enjoying the quiet.
That's why it's been bugged.
Long.
Yeah, that's why I say
Ladies-
all I hear usually is crickets.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's just been quiet. I mean, beautiful landing. No one's harassing us. Like, I was enjoying it, but
this is,
I agree.
this is-
This is a bit weird.
you're like the Joe Friday of pilots. You're just like, I got no time for you.
I got no time for this. So, yeah.
Okay.
So while this is all going on, I'm getting kind of tired of listening to all these people talk.
That's a lot of talking.
Talk.
I'm gonna look at Randall and go, "Are you ready to go check this out with me, or what?"
Unmute, brother. Unmute.
Parker like that.
There we
You're
go.
unmuted.
Yes.
Randall,
Randall?
are you
I-
ready to take off the ship and check this out with me, or what?
No sound.
No sound.
Oh,
Oh, God.
and we lost him.
The answer was no.
No, he'll be
Julie.
back. It's
The answer
it's
was
over.
no. He's not ready.
Yeah.
You're a
I'm
one
ready.
woman show. You're gonna have to go without him.
I'm
I'm
ready.
fine.
I'm totally ready. I want to go see this other ship. There we go. Yeah.
Check.
There you go.
Hey,
Good.
Nice.
ready to come with me, Randall, or what?
Yes.
Okay. Then I start walking away to go off the ship to check this out.
I grab a space parka and go along.
Barring any obvious signage pointing us in the direction of import, I suggest we simply go building by building.
Sounds
Are
good.
we checking the ship or are we checking the
I'll do
station
it.
first?
Quick.
I believe the logic is that anyone that had been on the ship would likely have left that ship.
Good idea. Good idea.
I'll do a quick comms check and make sure that I've got communication with the ship and grab my biomass tracker and medical kit because people can be hurt and binoculars and we'll head out.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll grab an extra
so
med
one
kit.
Boy Scout and 5 adventurers.
I'll grab an extra med kit. I can medic. I can be a backup medic. I'll grab an extra medic.
I don't have any weapons, so
Yeah,
Me neither.
that's fine.
Me neither. I'll throw my tablet at him.
I'm not. That's a good. I'm not throwing my tablet in. It's a good tablet. I'm just running.
It's got the otter armor on it. I'm good.
Okay, so you guys go out, and your mission is to find out what happened.
Yep.
And to report and come back.
Where the people are, for starters.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they can tell us what happened.
I mean,
So, the 4 engineers have hit the hut, opened the hut. They're starting to unroll hose and hook it up in the appropriate places and so forth to start refueling your reft hauler.
They're not tuning up to do their quartet.
I'll just
No, they are not.
It'd be a good name,
Um,
but they're 4 engineers. I could hear in little suits or little
They're
jumpsuits.
kind of creeped out. Like, where the hell is everybody?
where is everybody?
Yeah.
Nobody's-
And
Nobody's
one of the
came out
guys
as
had
a-
been here before once a few years ago.
Oh, nice.
And he's like, yeah, usually it's party time when we show up. What the
Yeah.
hell?
On these
So
ones,
that guy, so
happy
usually
with
there's quite the complement of crew and personnel here.
It's not so much. It's not a large facility. I mean, you're talking at most 24 people. Okay,
So
but the
good party.
thing is
Yeah.
They're
out
so
here for
isolated
months
that
at a
if
time.
anybody shows up,
the
what's the
mailman's
news?
exciting.
Yeah.
news. What new entertainment did you bring? What new food did you bring?
Yeah.
How's your kids? Do you have kids?
I'm going to ask that same engineer, is there anything or anywhere else on this rock that you know of that they might be, if not here?
Oh, yeah. Is there like a cave or other place that they might hide?
I think there's some sort of stellar observation post.
Oh, yeah. The observatory.
Yeah, I wasn't able to raise that on comms either.
Okay, but yeah, this is it. I mean, there's a lot of world for the amount of people that are here. It's just.
Oh, well. I look at him very seriously. Like, are you armed?
No.
I'll radio Honoria. Captain,
Yes.
are there ships complement armory?
Is there a ship's locker? Yeah.
Yes.
I recommend you have at least a couple of these guys pick some out.
And I'll stop and I go,
I'm gonna
Man.
grab one of. I'm gonna
Yeah.
grab one of those guns then.
for KY. For KY.
An
Listen.
overabundance of caution.
Well, I'm all about caution.
As long as they're pointed away from the ship, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
All right.
I'll pause and I'll actually also start to realize, where is everybody? Like,
I'll,
like it was nice. It was
Thank
nice.
you.
It was nice, and then slowly you're starting to see me turn and look outside and go, okay, something is wrong.
Slowly she turned.
Slowly I
Um,
stop and go,
that
about this
engine-
time to get some, free booze.
We say nobody's
like,
brought me their
Just
local
really,
hooch.
just local should be worshiping me, but they're not here. So, because I'm an ace pilot.
The space god and flies the
I'm
middle
an
bird.
ace pilot. So I usually expect them to be here, and there's absolutely no one to worship me. So I'm actually getting annoyed.
Oh, great
Travel-
space god
Traveler
that flies the
cargo
middle
cult.
bird. Yes.
Exactly. So okay, I'll actually agree, and I'll say hey, and I'll have them pick up a pack just in case. But cool beans, and I'll actually put on Space Creed suits and start heading out to be like, what's going on?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, you probably pull a couple of shotguns out of the ship's locker and an auto pistol for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a couple of your engineers with shotguns to ride herd over the other engineers that are still working a wrench. Just in case something happens. There's no threat that you can see.
That's always the one that gets you.
Chloe,
Yeah, and like if I ended up also if Randall like senses or just the kid looks worried or whatever, he'll reassure and be like, "Hey, look, I'm sure it's nothing, but like, shit's weird, yo."
Right. And Chloe, I believe you have your own weapons, so I don't think you need anything out of the locker.
I don't know that I have my own gun.
Well,
Yeah, you do.
no.
Oh, I have my own gun. Never mind.
And a knife.
Congratulations.
Yeah, apparently a big ass knife. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Oh no, I definitely have a big ass knife, but I also have a gun apparently.
I've got a spider spotter.
Nice.
All right. So I'm just gonna say, especially when Florence gets back, that you're now all outside the ship, Honoria, because you came out with guns for the crew to make sure everything's cool. And I know you. As soon as you walked out of that airlock, the door shut behind you. You hit your little fob, and it went beep beep.
Yep.
Nice.
Everybody crew has a passcode to get on the ship, so the only ones who don't are Florence, Creek, and Dyson because they're not crew. But they know where the doorbell is.
They can get in; it'll be fine.
And when Florence comes back, those going across the bridge can. Honoria, are you going with them since it's part of your mission to find out what happened?
Oh yeah, mission.
So Randall is looking sort of like out of his. He's just kind of looking around at everybody coming off as we come off the ship, looking at those that are actively armed or arming themselves. Which ones of these folks look like they can actually use what they brought off the ship with them?
Chloe, Honoria, yourself.
Okay.
I am not armed.
Me neither.
I'll pick up a stick. Hopefully it's pointed.
Florence doesn't have anything.
Oh,
But
he's
she-
automatically assuming she's useless.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, she came in pretty much, damn near naked out of the cryo pad.
Yeah,
She had,
as far as Randall's concerned, she's cargo. That
really shouldn't even been cargo. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
I'm right there with you, Randall.
Stow away.
And I'll turn and be like, don't underestimate her. I actually think she's fine. I actually think she's probably awesome.
Actually, in that case, Honoria, you could have grabbed another gun or something.
And gave it. And I would have.
And you know she loved fencing.
She did. So I'll give her a blade. I'll actually get I'll do the same. I brought a bunch of stuff for people. And then I'll give her, and I will literally turn and give her a coat and stuff, make sure she's set up. I'm like, all right, let's do this.
Randall's in trouble.
'Cause I've actually seen her be a good diplomat. Versus I probably would have gotten myself jailed many of times.
So
Right.
just check out
That's
the water.
military.
The water in the creek before we head over the bridge. Do the waters appear troubled at all?
No, it's slow moving. Like I said, 40 centimeters deep in most places. You have
got
been
the
handed a
reference, if
blade
that's
by
what you're going
Honoria
for.
out of the ship's locker, Florence. It does
thank you,
2d
thank you.
damage.
Excellent, excellent. I like heft it like, yes, this feels good. Ready. I'm ready now.
I am well equipped with harsh language.
Yeah, exactly. I'll throw a
Randall,
rock.
so having done the sort of like which of these people are able to like protect themselves glance, Randall takes point and starts walking across the bridge.
Okay.
I
So,
follow him.
where are you going first, if I might ask?
If you were on the bridge crossing from right to left, he's most concerned about the building directly on the left to start with because he doesn't want it to his back if he doesn't know what's in it.
Fair enough. Excellent choice, my good man.
Yes.
It was put together in a good year.
Can we?
So I am casting around for signage. Basically, like, what's he see?
Okay. Give me a quick recon roll, if you would.
Okay.
Just to pick up some extra stuff.
Jesus, 6.
No, that's actually good because the target was low. All right, so you can see that all-terrain vehicle straight up ahead, but it looks like the parking lot. There was probably 2 of them,
Okay.
and it also looks like there was a couple of landing areas that were used for air rafts or some sort of grab vehicle. More likely air rafts,
They're not here.
and they're not there.
Got it. Jetsomobiles.
As you approach that building on your left, it is what you find in places like this is there's such a thing called a rockcrete machine. It takes whatever the local rock is, pulverizes it, and makes it into a light, more air than density sheet of concrete. So it's actually light. You could probably bash your way through it with some effort.
Oh, you're talking about what the building is made of physically?
Correct.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were trying to say that's what it was building in it. I was like,
No.
okay.
And it's what pretty much it looks like what all the buildings are. It's sturdy. Don't get me wrong. It will slow you down.
Yeah.
And it's one of those modular things like you make a pre-made sheet and it fits on these pipes, which is also what they put the power and water through and so forth.
I'm
And-
calling it foamcrete because I like
Foam crate. There
Yeah,
you go.
they call it rockcrete, but yeah, sure that
Rockcrete,
works.
okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like the ones they're 3D printing now. Those are really cool. I do dig those.
Yeah, but a little bit more airy from the description, I guess.
Got it.
Because of
Lighter,
the tech level.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Doesn't
styrofoam.
make them overly airtight, but their insulation properties are really good.
Good.
So that's what it's made out of. And now, okay.
I mean, you could have left the numbers on. We don't know what the numbers are.
Well, that's because of another field I removed. So just relax.
Okay.
And also, there's repeat numbers, so I didn't want to get into that either.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
so you get up to this this building, and the doors open, and it seems to have, now, just to get the setting, it's cold. There's these small stinging snowflakes in the atmosphere.
Got it.
Dark because there's a brown dwarf, except for the lights from.
Yeah, so it's like right before the street light comes on, right after the sunset.
Dusk.
You can't read by it, but you can kind of see what's going on.
Got it.
So, in case it wasn't clear, I was like following Randall, so I'm
Nice.
right behind
Yeah.
him. Okay.
Nice.
Well, he was asking what he sees, and he's
Yeah.
up point, so I'm
Yeah,
just throwing
that-
everything
that-
at him.
It's totally
Randall's
fine.
essentially
Just wanted to
that,
make
that
sure.
picture in my character thread is what he's like. That is his cloth armor, and that thing that cloaky thing. He's basically got that up around his head,
Cloaky
kind of
thing?
against this weather. Kind of.
Okay, it makes perfect sense. So anyway, you're looking into the building, and there's a light on down the other end. Hallway, doors off, and then it looks like an open room down the end.
Okay.
But you also see in the light, it looks like residual smoke damage. Like it had an internal fire that perhaps fire suppression didn't work on.
That's good to know.
Is there other obvious sign of fire damage just from the door that we see, or is it more like this smoke's come from somewhere else? in the building?
The smoke's come from one of the doors. So you're looking down a hallway. It's from
Yep.
one of the side rooms.
Okay. How many doors do we see from
4.
4? And are they like left, right, or it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter?
Well,
but just curious.
I
Just
take that
curious.
back. You actually see 6 doors.
Okay.
3 on each
Is
side.
there more? So 3 on each side, and there's no like central big old area or anything.
Like I said, the hallway goes straight down. That's where
Okay.
the lights are on.
Yeah.
And it opens up into a bigger area.
Oh, okay. I'm a big fan of checking doors before you put them behind you.
I agree. I
So
got
first
you.
off, he'll stand basically in between the 2 first doors and just call out, top of his lungs, like, "Hello, my name is Randall Shane Untatsu. Is anyone here?"
Okay. You do not get an answer. The first 2 doors you're standing between,
Mhm.
they're open.
Okay.
And the rooms, which were basically staterooms, very shipboard-like, even though they're on a station, they're completely ransacked. Lot of stuff missing.
First thing I'm thinking, even though I'm not that kind of a person, I'm thinking Raiders.
I'm confused at why everything is gone,
Yeah.
I see out here.
and I'll actually sit down and start looking around for signs of life of any sort around the stuff that's been raided.
For expediency, perhaps we should each search a room.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it looks like it got hit by somebody like
It literally got you know how like during emergencies where toilet paper and milk and everything's gone. That's what I expect is happening around. Like everything, the essentials are gone.
Gotcha.
So, I'm gonna look around just to see what I can see and see if anything jumps out at me, or
Okay.
see if I can.
Yeah,
find
Dicey.
something.
Yeah. Does this look like an evac situation, or does it look like somebody came through here and like took everything, like as like ship drawers and stuff been tossed and emptied out and scattered around?
Drawers have been emptied out and so forth. A lot of stuff is missing. There's still residual stuff. Perfume bottles are there.
Got it.
Non-essential.
Tablets are there.
This looks more like an evac situation, maybe then. Okay. Yeah, because if
So
somebody
like the
was-
mattress is gone. The blankets and bedding is gone. The clothing's gone.
this looks more like an evac situation. Yeah, like somebody
That
needed
hidden
out
candy
here.
bar that everybody keeps behind their pillow is gone.
Damn it! They took that one. Oh, I was saving that one. Damn,
The emergency candy bar.
my Mr. Good,
curious.
my Mr. Good Bar. Damn it.
I guess while
All right.
they're
So,
everybody's
I'm-
looking in the rooms, I'll go down to the common area and look around.
Okay, so that's the general you have on the first 2 doors. The next 2 doors are literally storage closets between the rooms. So that's where you're going to find cleaning supplies, so forth, so on. Those were not ransacked. They're all stowed neatly.
Okay.
You get down to the next two rooms. The one on the right is ransacked. The one on the left was on fire.
Okay, so one's on fire. Like, how bad are we talking about? Like blazing inferno, and we just shut the door to try to conserve some oxygen, or this is a small little fire?
Or is it just burnt and it was on fire?
That's fair.
Basically, when you look in, you see two primary ignition points. And if you want to give me an investigate roll,
Alright.
anybody who's looking in the room.
I know. I'm currently looking to see what mine is, if I even have it.
Intelligence.
Yeesh.
Sure.
Alright.
9.
13.
8.
They got it. I just stand back as I walk forward, and then I stop and go, oh, they got it.
Okay. So basically,
Evan.
you all construe, some more quickly than others, that it was probably caused by highly flammable liquid, and it looks like someone threw basically 2 fire bombs in here.
Okay. So yeah,
Okay.
some sort of accelerant photography.
And it looks like something was burnt in there, but whatever was burnt is gone.
Any signs that indicate what it was that was burnt? Like something was burnt and then drug out of there, or something was burnt and burnt up?
Something was burnt and laying there burning from the char marks, and it looks
Mhm.
kind of humanoid.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Nice.
whatever would have fit in the char marks ain't there.
That's maybe my question.
So it's like a human type outline, humanoid outline.
Partial, yeah.
Nice.
It really kind of does seem like they were looking for something or someone or both.
A little hot here.
Alright. So you said that it looks like someone may have been burning. Can I look around? Is there anything left of identification in the room?
So, in this room, no.
Okay.
In the previous rooms, yeah, it's station employees.
That's what I expected.
You know, technician, scientist.
Yeah, and there's not here. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that this is probably one of the employees that got burned. So
Do we know otherwise? Yeah.
So that's what I was hoping to see, and you'll see me like grab a stick or something, and I'll poke through the ashes and be like, anything left?
No
There's
idea.
actually no ashes. It's like those are gone too.
Oh, okay, so they've
Wow.
just been burnt to shit. Okay, cool.
Or
Um,
got up and or picked up and carried away.
Yeah.
Now,
okay.
Daniel, you had walked down to the open area, which is like you thought a common area, more or less like you would have on a ship, except it's land based or world based now. So it's got a little galley and the big screen for watching whatever and blah blah blah. But this place has been turned over again, and like the big screen, the coffee maker, all that's there. The actual coffee is gone. The fridge is empty.
Yeah. This is an evac
Knives
situation.
and forks are here.
Yeah, this is an evac situation. Somebody got the hell out of here. Yeah. Raiders would have took that coffee maker. I know.
Yeah, but
Alright.
What are
That's
they
a
going to do with coffee with no coffee maker?
It's a crick.
Make it, but
and why burn it?
yeah.
Okay,
I mean, assuming where they're going, they can't plug a coffee maker in.
So the
Yeah,
overall of
Where we're
this
going?
particular building is it was a hab.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the crew lived here. Okay. Moving on.
Where we're going, we won't need coffee makers.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. They evac'd and got out of here, and I'm thinking they're in some place that has no power. They got like supplies and got the hell out.
So stepping out of the front door of that building, it just like looking around, it looks like several other buildings are visually very similar, aka identical to this one.
Mm-hmm.
I guess just run over to that next one. kind of confirm that, see if it's in the same shape.
Okay, so the next one, the one that's
Next to the 10, next to the River 10.
yeah. All right, yeah, it's the same shape except there is no burn,
Yeah. Okay.
and the same thing. It's missing a lot of stuff.
What stuff isn't it missing that it would be if this was a bug out situation?
Actual suitcases, travel cases. As a matter of fact, why don't you and Randall give me an investigate roll modified by intelligence? But Randall, you got a +2 on the roll.
Sweet. That puts me at
9, 13.
Mainly because of your background. All right, you got a 13. What'd you get, Randall?
just a 6. I don't actually have investigate, so you basically just negated my penalties.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so you're looking, you're going, all right, that bed frame's worth this. This is
No, I picture it more as all he was looking for was confirmation that it's a hab in similar disrepair / emptiness.
I know. I'm just saying what's happening in the back of your head. You know, you know.
I'm looking for patterns.
Yeah, you're looking for pattern, and what's coming up on yours with all your scientific backing or knowledge is
Such.
what everything that seems to be missing is probably organic.
Okay.
So, like clothing, if it was made of cotton or something, it's there. But if it's polyester, it's gone. If it's polyester, it's there.
It's there. I'm gonna pull out my. Let's see. See if I've got any. Yeah, I don't
On
have
the
any
ship?
tools that would actually detect if there's specifically if there's organic. So does everybody look around and see if you can find anything organic in here?
Yeah, I was going to pump in. I rolled my investigate too. I got like if I were using intellect, I got like a 14.
I will look around to see if I can find anything organic.
Yeah, see if you can find anything organic in here.
Okay.
All
Yep,
right,
I follow his request.
All right, so everything that's been ransacked, any room that's been ransacked, you can't find anything organic. If it
No
was made out of
cotton,
wood,
no wool.
it's gone. If it's made out of paper, it's gone. If it's made out of plant fiber, it's gone.
So where there would have been organic material adjoining inorganic material, are there any tool marks, cut marks?
No, more like brute force ripoff.
Is there any, okay. Is there
Like
any
the table's been ripped off the metal legs or something like that.
Well, if it was a wood table with metal legs, the whole table's
Yeah.
gone.
Oh, the whole table's okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's not like they're dismembering it to take it. They're just making it. They're just taking it.
Okay.
Why would someone only take organic things?
You know, that's a good question. I'm going to take a look around through.
Organic compounds
They
can
burn.
be transformed into other organic compounds.
They burn easy.
Yeah. I'm going to flip
That
the different spectrums, ultraviolet, infrared, and just I'm looking to see if there are any traces of anything that we're not seeing with our regular vision.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so in this hut, no, you're not finding anything.
Okay. So I will share my thoughts with my comrades. Yeah.
Comrades.
So if
That's kind of comrades.
my associates, we're all,
Hello, comrade.
we're all kind of in this together at the moment. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you'll observe,
And
there's
cargo.
nothing organic in here, and if you look here, so this would have been this would have had an organic component that was easily removed, and it was. It looks like it was just torn off. But chairs and so forth, you know, something or someone was being very selective about making use of the organic material, about taking the organic material. So this would be
Why? Why? would
Because like the
someone do
coffee
that?
is gone, but the coffee maker is still here. I imagine all the foodstuffs are gone, like the ration packs and all that.
Right.
Stuff.
But yeah, but
Yeah.
Why?
it's pretty selective. And if we look around, was it also really thorough? Can we find anything organic that didn't get taken?
Right. Right.
And
So yes,
Okay.
in the sense that, like I told you that they had a couple of storage closets where like you find cleaning supplies and whatever else for a multi-habitat building.
Right.
All right, it's like they didn't get through those doors.
Okay.
Mhm.
A couple of them looked like they were banged on.
Any residue from what banged on them?
Not
Any
that you're
indication?
seeing.
Was it something sharp? Was it something blunt? I'm just
More
trying
likely blunt.
to.
Question, how long was it before, like, I'm imagining the other Rift hauler was bringing supplies to the station. Like, how long was it before it kind of went off the radar? Like, were these people possibly starving and they were just like eating their shoes and stuff? Like,
I mean, yeah.
When
Spoiling their
when
shoes.
your mission was put together,
There you go.
okay, they were 2 weeks overdue.
Okay, so not enough time for
So-
cannibalism.
So we're talking at this point. You're at
I
5
mean-
weeks.
No, that's
Okay.
no time for cannibalism.
5 weeks is getting close to. I could use a finger.
How long between normal?
I get like a hot dog. It's full of ketchup.
Go ahead, Daniel.
How long on a normal basis, when everything's going the way it's supposed to, how long was the interval between their resupplies?
I believe it was every couple of months because if you look at the tonnage that this
Yeah.
Rift hauler,
Yeah, for sure
Pass.
makes sense. So I guess like from Randall's, having been around essentially, like this shouldn't happen, right? Like a colony this far out, even let's say they're on a 2-month resupply basis. No one does a 2-month resupply basis unless you've got 3 months worth of shit on hand at any given time.
Yeah.
So we're well within. They should still be fine
okay.
timetable.
Okay.
They shouldn't be eating shoes yet.
So unless they all
Right.
just
They should. I mean, especially since in essence, their resupply arrived. Right.
Yeah.
Like their
Mhm.
resupply ship
Yeah, the
didn't
ship's
come
here.
back on time,
Right.
but that has minimal, if any, bearing on their actual status, their actual mission status.
Yeah,
So
we-
we're not dealing with a group of people that would have any sort of Maslow's pyramid reason to not just be here doing their jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
That's the situation we're in. These people are gone, and that's fucking weird because there's no immediately obvious reason that they wouldn't be here. It's not, oh, they ran out of food. That's stupid. That's way outside the timeline.
Right.
So yeah, something has occurred. We've got a missing vehicle. Judging just from the little picture, I mean, I know it's probably not to scale, yada yada, but looking at that one ATV that's not parked where it's supposed to be, that there's no way one ATV could have taken off with everybody from this station and
all
all the
here.
shit that's missing.
now remember, Randall, I
Mhm.
said it looks like there was 2 ATVs parked over
Right.
there from the way the ground is,
Right.
and that
And
there
air
was
rafts.
2 air rafts
Okay.
or some sort of grab.
You could
vehicle.
easily fit 24 people in that, yeah, and still have a vehicle.
They're missing though.
Yeah, I mean, that ATV is a crew of 1 with a passenger list of 7, and that's comfortable.
Right.
Right.
But
And then
sorry, I
air rafts
missed
will
the air
hold
raft
6.
thing. So there are 2 air rafts missing and an ATV?
Yes,
Okay. I had missed the air raft thing somehow. Sorry.
That could take a
that's fine. Now, as you step back outside, which I assume you're doing,
Sure, why not?
Creek, go ahead and give me a biology roll. Because this is your forte, this specific forte.
I'm not using tools. This is just bare brained.
Yes.
Education or intelligence?
Education.
Oh, that's a 17.
Wow.
Okay,
did
Creek
make some good at
leaves
this,
the
right?
plane of existence as he becomes one with his subject matter. If you ever watch Stargate, this is Daniel ascending.
Got it.
But
I didn't roll
basically,
a 12.
but basically, you start looking down at the ground, to kick and think, basically,
Yep.
and then you really start looking at the ground, and this world is supposed to be lichen and moss covered,
Right?
and you really look at the ground, and it looks like everything was ripped up.
The lichen, yeah.
The
Yeah.
lichen did it. It's come to life. No, that isn't it.
Did it move? Did it move?
I'm gonna go walking around the compound a little bit. Walk back toward the creek, and I'm looking at the ground, and I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go looking for this stuff now. I'm gonna see if I can find any lichen.
Now you can find, tufts of it still stuck, maybe under a rock, whatever, about the size of my thumb.
The odd tuft.
Yeah, but it's
Hidden?
like someone systematically just ripped it off the ground, desodding the area, for lack of a better term.
Around the campsite?
The ground's disturbed, like it's been pulled up, literally.
Yes.
So, yeah, this is there's definitely something very weird here. So,
And is that like the whole
and you do
station
find-
area?
And you do find some dead bugs because,
yeah.
you're
Bugs
going to find
die.
dead bugs.
Yeah.
But like, how big a perimeter are we talking about around the station?
Like you don't see any blue.
Kind of as far as you
we'll
can
say
see,
it's blue
basically.
lichen.
Yeah.
You don't see any blue around the station. It's all bare ground.
I'm gonna go over to where the one ATV thing is parked and look around the ground, see if I can get a sense of how long the vehicles have been gone. Like, in other words, like, are there still scorch marks from where they lifted off, or blah blah blah.
Okay, so Gravatics doesn't have scorch
I
marks.
know it. You know what I'm
No,
asking.
No, that's cool. So you don't have any idea of how long it's been since it left. Okay, in that sense. But you do pick up something that, the way the ATVs are set up is that you need an identity card to work it. This one's plugged up and recharged, so you don't got to worry about it. And, oh, look, someone left a card in the slot. You don't even need to find an identity card because this is a puny station. Everybody knows everybody, and it's not like you can take it to the other side of the planet and sell it.
So
Look at the card. Thank you, Ralph.
Randall will basically climb aboard and look around in the interior.
Okay. If you go to the Discord channel,
Yeah, and
it will tell you what it has.
Yeah.
does it have any sort of GPS tracking? Like,
Yeah, we'll attract the other vehicles. Yeah.
From looking at this one, is it obvious that there's a way to, for someone here to figure out, well, where's the other ATV? Where are the grab vehicles? Like you might want to do.
That is a sweet ATV too.
So, this may be along the lines of what Jeremy is asking, but are there any computers anywhere that we could use for tracking the vehicles?
Okay, so Randall, on it, it's got some good sensors. It's a scientific ATV. That's why it's got a plug.
Yeah, he's not jumping on it to learn every last thing there is to know about the vehicle. Randall opens the door,
Okay.
looks to see if anybody has left any personal. Basically, was anybody in this thing, and they didn't take this one for a reason? Is there wiring coming out from under the dash? Are there personal effects scattered all over the place?
This
Blood?
looks like
If he opens it and it looks like it's just a fully functional, normal ass vehicle, he's done.
then
Then
you're
I'll-
done.
Then I'll go pop myself down at the sensor station and look around, see what it can pick up. If he's done, I will go do that.
Okay.
So I'll pop myself at the sensor station, turn the sensors on, and see what I can find. See if it picks up the other vehicles, if it knows, does like an auto tracking or anything like that.
So go ahead, do it.
All right.
Make a sensor roll.
Let's see.
I think that
so
was
that's
along the lines.
9.
I think that's kind of what I was trying to ask.
Oh, there you go. So yeah. So 9 plus 2 plus 2. So yeah, 15. Yeah.
9 plus 2 plus 2.
Wait a minute. 9 plus 13. Sorry, math's not working right today. Yeah.
All right. So you are not picking up where any of the other vehicles are.
Got it.
Okay.
It's not picking up anything really.
Well, no, you're picking up the base. I mean, you're picking up the weather. I mean, the sensors are working fine. You got a crystal view, but nothing. But it's got no clue in them.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
can I just stand outside and just take a big sweeping look around, kind of do a recon thing to see if anything jumps out at me?
You can, but do realize that it's pretty dark out.
Yeah. Maybe don't use that language. You don't want things to jump out at you. Just say.
Honestly,
No.
I mean,
This is permanent dark dust world.
plus,
Okay.
I mean, I know it's specious, but if you are a Varger, you do have heightened senses.
Yeah, but vision isn't one of them.
No, I mean, but she can smell something if it's a long way off. With the recon, she gets a bonus on a recon.
Yeah, it's a bonus for scent and hearing.
Yeah,
and-
because I would like to do something like that, and if it doesn't come up with anything, if I can't smell
Okay.
anything, if I can't see anything,
you like to
then
sniff
there's
around.
no harm in trying. Yeah,
You like to sniff around, is what you're saying?
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead and give me an intelligence roll. Add recon if you have it.
Okay. I recon 0.
She gets like +2 for being Varger, right? Is it +1 or 2? I forget.
+1.
+1.
Yeah.
So +1 for intelligence and +1 for Varger?
Mhm.
Yep.
We should probably go check out that main building too. I'm guessing the big rectangular building is like the main, like the labs and the social center and the main administrative building. Or would that be the building at the bottom left of the bigger
8.
building on the other side of the ATV?
Holiday.
All right. With an 8, you're not really picking up anything. You're getting the smell of a little bit of hydrogen leak from the ship and everything. You know, the ship had just landed, so it's still a little hot.
Oh, they gotta go fix that leak. You gotta talk to your boys. They gotta talk, no.
While I was waiting for that, I was trying to
You're very
figure out
practical keyboard.
where were you trying to go, Jeremy?
I was just I was thinking that we may want to check we checked out like a couple of buildings that look like they're accommodations, but there's a big building in the middle that I'm guessing is administration offices or
I think that was
labs.
the building we looked at, the big building in the middle. That's how
So
big.
the big building in the middle. Oh, God dang it.
Supplies, general store, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, it looks like the main thing of the base, the main building.
Right.
It has, like I said, all the sensors and antenna and so forth on
Yeah.
top of it. It's the only 2-story building here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested in checking out that building because if nothing else, I want to get up on top of it to get a little more altitude and to be able to take a look around and I brought my binoculars. I want to look around and see if I can spot the other ATV or people or something.
And I'm just gonna go in a clockwise direction and
To
just
the box.
start looking building by building. Just look in the door.
Okay, so hang on a minute.
I'm splitting party.
Yeah, I know. I'm perfectly okay with
Okay.
that.
He will not
Alright.
stop you from basically committing suicide.
Yeah, you're welcome to do that anytime. But you probably know this, Matt.
Exactly. Exactly.
I have never killed him in a game. I've creeped him out, but I've never killed him.
Oh, well,
I mean, if he commits suicide by GM, technically you still really didn't murder him. He did it
you're
to
not
himself.
killing him. He did it to himself.
The dice did it. Exactly. The dice did it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of giving people an opportunity to do unto themselves. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna screw you, but I'm gonna let you bend yourself.
I
over.
mean, yeah, if anybody wants to go, let's go. But I mean, that's what we're here for. Let's look at the buildings and see if anybody's there.
Okay, so right now I'm calling everybody is got back together down by the ATV. All right.
Yeah.
So how many are going to the big rectangle building that's 2 stories tall?
I'll go with him.
All right. So there's 3 people.
What's the alternative?
Search the other outlying rooms, buildings.
He's getting to that.
Yeah.
So the one that's to the left of the ATV,
Mhm.
yeah.
furthest from the bridge there,
Uh-huh.
Right.
there's that one, which is the one that Dyson's headed towards.
Okay.
I'll go with Dyson since I see Chloe going with Creek.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Chloe and Creek because I figured that's probably gonna be the building I have the most like
Thank you.
Sway.
man.
helpfulness, if
Everything
anything.
must have an equivalent exchange, so I'll go with Daniel and Dyson.
Okay.
We'll split the party evenly
Nice. Thank you.
Awesome.
because I do see it and I go, ugh. And I'll just walk, and I'll walk right behind Daniel, like going, "Oh God, I can't believe we're doing this." But all right,
Well,
All right.
I'm
So,
starting to get creeped out. I've got to get 2 people that are armed with me.
So Dyson, Honoria, and Rondell, you head down to this hut, for lack of a thing, better term, and as you push open the door, which is ajar, okay,
I thought it was a door.
and you're looking inside it, it looks like that this was the recreation center for the installation.
Xbox.
Yeah, Xbox, card tables, couches,
Pool table.
you know, even a bigger hollow screen, whatever, that sort of thing. You know, all the entertainment was here, blah 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 blah,
No, but no current people, no present danger, basically.
and
Got
it's
it.
been ransacked to high heaven. Everything's
Again,
Organic stuff
materials? Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah. Damn it! They ripped up the velvet.
Is
off
there
the
lots
table.
of call it useful stuff that is still here? I mean, that's the sense we're getting, right? Is that if it was organic, it's gone, but otherwise, there's
It's
not really
there.
a pattern or anything. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like if you go into any kitchen area,
Mhm.
okay, the food is gone,
Right.
all right, but all the
All the
utensils are there
Tools are there.
that you need to eat the
But
food.
I was gonna say,
Or
but
cook
even
the food.
like that's one scenario. But even in another situation where like there were tools, like actually like vehicle style tools,
expensive tools? and stuff like
those
that,
are
yeah.
there basically. Like,
Yeah.
those aren't
Correct.
gone. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's ruling out the rating theory. They would have stole that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely the
Yeah.
pool table. I mean, that's
I mean, it was
done.
already weird.
You know,
Taking
if
taking
there
all
was-
the
basically, if you viewed them as apartments, you know, they stole the shag carpet but left the hi-fi system.
Ah,
Gotcha.
you bastard.
They stole the linen drapes.
Yeah.
But they left a nice print.
Nice.
in that case, again, Randall sees nothing of his interest here, so he's going to head over and try to meet up with the others.
Okay.
I'm just going to continue around clockwise just to make sure we cleared all the buildings.
Oh, if he's
Okay.
going to do that, I'll keep going with him then.
Okay. Now we're going to the other group.
There you go. Fair enough.
I have
All
a
right.
question before we get into like what we're observing directly, just about like where we are. Was this station like actively terraforming this planet or trying to start terraforming?
Creek and Dyson can easily tell you that no, it's literally a scientific observation station.
And again,
Okay.
Creek's here to look at the bugs and the lichen and the moss and the little small
Arthropods.
ecosystems that are here. Dyson was gonna also look at the bugs, but in a different format.
Okay.
you
And there
know,
was no like strong signs of intelligent life. Like it was like just small, simple things like bugs and things. There
yeah,
wasn't,
it was very, bugs and lichen are pretty much the high end of it.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
That's the interesting stuff.
That's the building blocks of life. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's the foundation of that's the foundation of an ecosystem.
Bugs.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we boring you?
I get up way too early, and
I
it
hear
just
you.
is.
I hear you.
And it's already not early.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. It is 9:20 over here. It's like, damn. It's like old people go to bed time. I hear you.
Is it that time already?
Yeah,
9:20.
dinner was hours ago.
It is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, because I'm an old person, we're gonna have a bio break right now, people.
Let's do it.
I'm with that. Fair enough.
I'm always down for a pee break. Do you have chips with it, or just eat it with a spoon? Okay. So I was starting to think we had a Grey Goose situation, but things being ripped apart, sort of shoots holes in that idea. You know what I mean?
No, because I wasn't paying attention. What did you say?
Oh, I was starting to think we had a Grey Goose situation, but things being torn apart as opposed to just as opposed to just being eaten at a molecular level, sort of shoots that one down.
This is a really cool setup.
Yeah.
Had a awkward start, which I'll blame me for, but I really like the cool setup, and everybody seems to be rallying into it, so I'm happy.
Cool. Yeah. No, I'm here. If you're talking to us, you got no.
He has a headset, so he's not.
Got it. Fair enough. So, yeah. So yeah. So it's yeah. No, it is a mysterious setup. So you've been having a good time running mysteries lately.
Yeah. And I'm liking it.
Right.
I used to not like it. Now I really like it.
Yeah. I'm seeing this guy as like yeah, I can see the parallels with the character from Stargate Atlantis, but he's got no technical. He's man of theory. He has no actual technical skills. He doesn't have any mechanical or engineering or anything like that. But he's long on theory, and good at. I'm going to investigate too. I'm good at figuring stuff out.
You good,
But
Daniel? I saw that his drink was small. It needs to be tall.
It needs to be tall. It was little. It needs to be big. So yeah, I was wondering if he was drinking whiskey, and it's like he poured that back pretty fast, and he's going to the fridge, so I'm guessing it was tea.
It's either tea or beer.
Ah.
Where he lives, there's like well over 20 breweries.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's a lot like Portland.
Yeah.
Funny enough, though, we're just drinking Stella right now.
Stella.
What were you asking me? Sorry, I was only kind of like on my headset there.
No, you put your headset on, so I was like,
Oh,
"Are you okay?" I was basically doing a sound check.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, good.
No, I just found out. I just realized that if I use the StreamYard's controls instead of, so the issue that Windows seems to have with these headsets is with the hardware software connection.
Yep.
And so if we like, and what sucks is it for the first year I had this thing, it worked flawlessly and it was so convenient. And then they updated their software and it sucks shit, and we all know it sucks.
Yeah.
So.
If you could back rev the driver, then you'd probably be fine.
Yeah, probably, except, good luck. I mean, I'm sure somebody like maybe SourceForge is maintaining a repo of their
Did
drivers
it
or
come
something.
with an installer, or did you just go download the
It's
the-
G-Hub.
Oh, fucking.
I know.
The automated update. It's like, yeah, we can push down bugs at a moment's notice. You know,
Yep.
I hate that shit.
Oh no. Oh, I know.
God damn it.
And it's funny because like I have other stuff in the ecosystem, or I just probably would just not use G-Hub.
Yeah, I try to avoid Logitech. I've actually always been pretty happy with Microsoft's hardware. I'm not a fan of Windows, but they make pretty good hardware. The Surfaces are good. Their
Yeah,
keyboards
I've
are
never.
decent.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever actually owned much in the way of like Windows, sort of Microsoft official hardware. Now I take that back. I had a keyboard mouse combo, but it was like a step above e-waste. It wasn't like the
Right.
good stuff or whatever,
Yeah. I had a pretty good Microsoft Flight
I
Stick.
switched
Everything was
over. I used to be a big Logitech like Wave guy until I bought this.
Right.
And then I grabbed this G703 because it was really well reviewed as a. So basically, like when I got my current peripherals, stuff being wireless was actually a pretty big like requirement for me. And now it's not. So like.
Well, and that's what he's holding up is what I'm wearing right now.
Yeah, I get these recently. These are for wired. These are some of the most highly rated out there for wired.
Yeah,
They
I think
sound great.
down these. So no joke. Like I reckon. So when I first got these, the soundscape, the sound stage of these is incredible.
It's good.
For gaming hardware branded stuff or whatever. Like I legitimately like. So I'll put it this way: Jess's brother, my brother-in-law, like music producer, yada yada. Like I felt comfortable recommending these to him, and he uses them for actual music production. So, like for headphones, they're amazing, but it's just their stupid software interface.
So Matthew, if you're wondering, he's talking about our headsets.
I like them mine. They really work better for me.
Because he's the one that turned me on to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the
think
wired
mine.
one right now because I got sick of my. I have the wireless one too, but I just lucked out and got the production run that had the faulty, like power switch, and so the sound shorts out.
Lucky
And
you.
I just haven't contacted them for a warranty refund because they make it really difficult, and I just don't give a shit, and I'll just use these and just like blow the $200 on those and just like throw them in the trash, like whatever.
You're like, fine, fuck it.
It's
Fine.
annoying. Yeah. But I miss not having a cord. But I got my tether again, and it works always.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've got a couple of pairs of the.
Browser's having a problem, so I'm gonna jump off and jump right back on. So I'm gonna clear the cache and stuff because it is just like everything's starting to lag on my end, and I think
Got
it's me. 1 second. Be right back.
Okay. She's gonna go get lunch.
Your lunch is dead.
Oh, lunch is dead. Long live lunch.
Long live lunch. Yeah.
I'll go lunch.
Yeah, it's like 6:30. She's looking at dinner on her end. Hell yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was me. It was
Yep.
rude.
Julie, when we go see Tom and Pam, I need to take this to Tom.
Did you just throw him out the airlock?
Okay. Do we
No.
know when we're seeing
I
them
did.
yet?
No, we don't. But I need to take this to him.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for them to pop back in.
So I have a little.
I owe Matt an apology because I was like, that doesn't look right. Let me kick that one. And I was like, oh wait, that's his. Oh.
Hey,
Still on
hey
the
James.
notice.
In the top right corner, I have a little picture of like a traveler book. Is it supposed to be there?
It is. Hey Matt, that was my fault.
That's
I
fine.
touched my little pad with the arrow on you, and it just bye.
I was wondering if it was an error on my end. Yeah. Cool.
You just let him
Fine.
believe it was him the whole time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I take credit for my annoyances. I mean, I like
Proud of it?
taking credit for my annoyances.
They are many and ponderous. So,
Yes. Ponderous.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's actually the picture of the cover of Traveler Deep Night Revelation
So that's why
Oh,
in that
okay.
corner.
that's why that
And-
D6 I have looks like that penis shape. It's because of the shit.
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
Where'd you get the dice anyway? Did you
Is that
order
a-
it? Or,
No, they gave it to me. Remember?
Where'd you get it at
That's
Gary
part-
Con?
No, it's the swag stuff that they give us for Origins. Part of swag stuff.
oh,
Actually, yeah.
Is that an Element class cruiser on the cover there?
It's exactly what it is. It's a converted Element class cruiser.
Got it. Yeah, I didn't get the naval campaign book that had the Element stuff. It doesn't interest me enough. And of course now Chris has been referencing it for redoing High Guard, so it's like I gotta fucking get it at some point.
In the old days, wasn't that like basically like the High Lightning box? set?
No, the Azami High Lightning it was different designs. They've got a couple of different ships that are.
I thought it was like the same kind of T-frame, but maybe had a different front end.
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah, the sort of pseudo penis sort of
Yeah.
ship.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember the Azani as being more squarish with a spinal mount.
It is. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's more.
It
shovel-
is. It's rectangular. Yeah.
Yeah, shovel nut, yeah. So, anyway, so while people were gone, I was opining that this I was thinking that we had a gray goo situation here, and all the organic stuff was being eaten by some sort of organic nano machines or something. But where the organics is being torn off, that sort of shoots that it shoots that one
Yeah,
down.
it speaks to the mechanism being larger than a nanoscale for sure.
Something's ripping up the sod. Yeah.
Yes, no, that's exactly the case. That's why I'm looking around trying to get an idea of how far does this go. So
Yeah. How far? Yeah, well, I mean, we're checking out buildings. We have really no idea how far it expands.
it's one of the reasons
past
I wanted to get
place.
up on top of the second story building so I can get up with my Pritt goggles and look for the
There
particular
you go.
spectral signature.
There you go.
Blah blah blah.
See about where it stops at. Yeah.
So Florence and Chloe and I are heading around to the front of that building.
All right. So you get to the front of that building, and once again, doors open, not wide open, but it's open. And you go in, and you're on the ground floor of this building, and there's open doors, but you can, as you're going in, you're seeing everything's been tossed. It has a lot of storage, but it also has a large galley mess.
It's all been
Okay.
ransacked.
And all the food's gone.
It looks that way. And of course, there is stairs, not a lift. Stairs going up.
Go upstairs. Go up and take a
Yep.
look.
Quick question. How long are we supplied for?
So on the ship for you guys, you are supplied basically to complete the mission. And plus, you brought a whole nother load of cargo to resupply this base.
Okay, so we're okay, for all intents for months, basically, if we
Yeah.
had to. Okay.
A while.
Yeah,
Assuming
don't worry.
whatever got
You
the
guys have enough food and water for
Gotcha.
what's necessary.
And plenty of cryo bursts if something happens to almost all the food.
Yeah.
As you start climbing the stairs, basically you come up into the upper floor, which is where all the controls for the comms and the sensors are. Some of them you're not even sure what they do. Basically, because they're probably out of it's one of those. It's either out of your field of expertise in the case of Dyson, or you have a brushing glance with it, but you learned on a Gettinga versus a Steris.
Got it.
So you're like, I think I know what that does, but I've never seen one.
I'm good at electronic sensors. I've got a one in that. Like, does anything seem even vaguely familiar or close to something I've worked on before?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's radar, there's weather machines, all sorts of sensors that a sensor op would be more than familiar with. Like I said, I was just saying that in the higher spectrum of scientific equipment, that's when you get into more of a niche market and
Not
not as
specialized.
much exposure.
Gotcha.
Is there a computer system up here for managing stuff?
Well, I was trying to get there before I was waylaid with sensors. There is also, beyond the comms and sensors, a computer chamber where they keep the mainframe core. And there's also 2 small offices up here, or what seem to be 2 small offices.
Okay.
It also doesn't look anywhere near as ransacked. Probably because
Organic.
most of this stuff is inorganic.
Yeah, that seems to be yeah. So I'm gonna find a terminal and see if I can and see if I can get in. I'll look around and see if I can find where somebody's written their password on a sticky note, cleverly hidden it under the keyboard. To actually pulling a few tricks out of my sleeve and seeing if I can get in.
All right, so I'll need a computer roll,
Okay.
either intelligence or education.
I will fall back on my education.
Okay.
That's an 11.
Okay. So this is, you're going in, and it is the main, well, basically the mainframe that you're hacking into. And it is an Imperial research station, so there is, by writ of bureaucracy,
Security.
all sorts of layers of security. So you are making progress, but this is going to take much time.
Okay.
We're talking hours.
I will share that. Okay, it's going to take me a few hours to get in, unless we can find somebody.
I didn't say 2. I said it will take you hours.
I said a few.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
I heard 2 also.
Well, it's going to take me a few hours to get in. So, unless we can find somebody who has who has access to the system, I can go ahead and stay here and see if I can get in. If you guys want to continue looking around,
Sure. Let's keep looking around.
because I got very little else to contribute at this point. Unless I
So
can
the
go.
card I found on the vehicle access anything else, or does it pretty much look like a car key?
Okay, so hold on. So Jeremy's sitting at a computer on the second floor, hacking away. This
All
is
right.
freeing up Chloe and Florence, who may or
Yes.
may not leave this. I don't know. We're going to stop right there. Think about it, girls.
Okay.
So, going back to Randall, Matt, and Honoria. Now, you had finished looking at the social hut.
Rec
Okay.
room, yeah.
All right.
Where
So
the magic
Dyson
happens.
wants to go to the next room in the circle. Randall,
No,
you
it's
did
not-
mention. Hold
Blaming
on.
me. You're blaming me. You're like, Dyson wants to go to your dude.
Well, that's what you said. So shut up and let me finish.
That was your fault.
Randall, you had mentioned catching up with the other party, but Dyson wanted to go that way, so you were sort of, well, maybe I'll go that way.
Yeah,
Honoria,
mostly
I
just
don't
don't want
remember
to.
if you piped up at all.
Mostly just didn't want to leave him undefended.
Thank you. I mean, are we here to search the place or are we not? I mean, let's check every building and make sure that they're not here.
So I'm taking it you three are going to the next building.
Yeah.
I will look into the cold, dark void that is the universe and say, yeah. And I will, yeah. And if we're gonna go to the next one, I'm fine with this. I'm gonna definitely be packing at this point.
Yeah.
But how long have we been gone away from the other team?
Away from your engineers?
Yeah, not even my other engineers right now, just the other half of our team, like our scouting party.
Oh, maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We're fine. We can go to the next one. If it'd been an hour, I'd actually tell us to go back.
I mean, yeah, I
Yeah.
figured it's going to take us an hour to basically look over every building if nothing else happens.
Then yes, we'll
I
continue.
mean, you know, you guys aren't like digging through stuff.
No.
You're kicking
Anybody
stuff
in
out of the
here?
way and
Yeah.
seeing if you
Okay.
can find anybody or a
Then,
pop
yeah,
card.
I
we'll
mean,
go back.
I'd feel pretty shitty if we left and like they're all sleeping in like a Quonset hut, you know. You know? But yeah.
Nobody else did anything with comms, did you? So it's like before we left the ship, I synced my comms up to the ship so to be able to talk to. Well,
I mean, I assumed we're all on the same.
Yeah, I mean,
side.
you know, at this point, you know, you got a couple engineers sitting down in engineering. One's probably in the loo, and the other one's up on the bridge just to
man the
sit
bridge.
heard on the comms.
There you go.
Because I mean, you know, the pipes are hooked up, things are flowing. But
Got
you
the-
know,
Got a
they
giant
don't need to
Q-tip.
massage it or anything.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Nice. All right, so next building.
Yep. So you get to the, you know, basically the far side from you to enter it, and you go in, and you are you got to pull out your lights for this one because there's no lights in here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And it's been ransacked once again, you know, organic material, you know, seat covers, everything gone. And this looks more, I mean, you right now you're in the for lack of a better term, you know, the locker room, administrative hub, and, you know, where people come to work, the first place they go, and then the longer extension of the building is the actual science end of it.
Alright.
And you're making it down the hallways and so forth, and it's just creepy.
Okay, so it's dark. We're doing this like Mass Effect style, going through. It's creepy, and you said we're in the administrative part, and then we're heading towards the science part, right?
Correct.
All right.
I'm assuming, Randall, you're in point.
I mean, if there's, yeah, I mean, sure.
Okay. Honoria, Dyson, who's behind?
Yeah, Dyson can be in the middle, and then to make sure he doesn't run off, and I'll be in the back.
Okay, no problem.
Stop me from running away.
Yep.
So let's have some recon checks.
All right. Mine's gonna be bad because I don't actually have it.
This is based off intellect or education.
Intellect.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, then I actually have something.
11.
I have a 6.
5.
Okay. So Dyson, Honoria, you're oblivious.
Man, it sure is creepy in here. All right.
Randall, you're moving ahead. I assume you got the SMG. And out of the corner of your eye, you just pick something up to your left.
Okay.
And coming out of the darkness of one of the side rooms, looks like a human.
Shoot it!
As
Shoot
in,
it! Shoot it!
But it's obviously is something wrong with it as it shambles towards you rather quickly. Let's
Okay.
have some initiatives.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. All right. How do
Is
you
this
roll?
this is just a 2D roll with Dex,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
2D with Dex or Intelligence, whichever is in your favor.
13.
12.
Wow, we're all rolling well. I just got a 9. This is the one time I don't think I cared to roll well.
Nice.
Okay. So, Randall,
Yo.
as it jumps out at you, you clearly have the jump on it.
You're like, oh no, oh no.
And so it's
So
person.
It's a person. What clothing they have on is not organic, and it seems to have some growths on it. It's all happening rather fast, so no, you cannot figure out what the growths are.
But the intel, like looking at the person, they don't seem to be like. It
They-
seems more like an animal coming out than a person.
Yeah, definitely not your standard sofa.
Not a. It's her. Yeah. And he's wearing
Yeah.
rayon. Shoot him!
He
Shoot him
is-
now.
He is still bound to start talking first. So he's gonna raise the submachine gun not to full like aggression, but raise it and basically yell, "Stop where you are."
Okay. That goes to Dyson. Randall's yelling at something to the left, telling it to stop where it is.
Do I see it on? Yeah, because I wrote like a.
Well, now you do because Randall
Yeah.
is yelling at it.
So, I mean,
It sort of focuses the attention.
I'm just
You
gonna
get a
roll.
4 bonus.
I'm just flat rolling fight or flight, and I'm choosing fight, so I go clobber it.
With
My body.
your what?
My body. I'm tackling it. I have no weapons. I have nothing. I chose
Okay.
fight or flight, and I chose fight.
He's a scientist, not bright enough to run.
I rolled even odd fight or flight, and I chose fight.
All right. So make that unarmed melee attack.
Exactly, with no skill in the roll whatsoever.
Yeah, that's not a good. You're not much of a gambler, are you?
No. Again, like I said, we're not using the insanity roll, so I just chose fight or flight. I rolled
Yeah.
even for fight.
Yeah.
You know?
Attacks on people that don't understand probabilities.
So yeah, that is with my penalties. That is a 0, sir. My penalties to the skill.
Wow.
That is a
Yeah.
0.
That's gonna hurt.
All right, Daniel, Dyson sort of steps in front of you, and it's straight from Kids in the Hall, and it's the slap fight.
Exactly. Like if I had a towel, it would look a little more dramatic, but I don't have a towel.
Can I still act, given that all I did was yell? I don't know what held actions or whatever are in this system. Because that's like if this were D&D, then I would have told you I raise my weapon and yell and ready an action to blah. But I don't know how this, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So well, looking at the initiatives. Let me do this. Let me let Honoria go. Because she's next. You guys basically cream this thing on initiative.
Yeah.
I rolled snake eyes.
Got it.
Okay. But the thing is Dyson is basically between you and it right this second.
Sure.
Trying
Yeah,
to
no, I
body
get that.
suck it.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Honoria-
I'm not asking so I can shoot. I'm asking so I can do something appropriate to the situation.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm just making sure everybody knows what the situation is. Honoria.
Fast Shambler, but not that fast.
At this moment, I have one dude with a gun. I have another dude who's doing a slap fight / trying to do a body slam, but kind of failing miserably. I'm actually going to take a step back. I actually want, while they're flat fighting, what does this person look like?
So she's taking a moment to observe.
Yeah, because you guys got this. Like, one has a gun, one has one slapping.
Give me either give me an intelligence roll. You can modify it with either recon or investigate.
Okay.
You bet this is out of control as it's possible to be now, man. So
Again, like I said, I figured out this character would freak out in this situation, fight or flight, and he chose fight. Like,
Okay,
7.
So you're looking at it, and it's a human. It looks like someone who should be working on the station and everything.
Yeah.
The lights are obviously, they're not at home up here.
No.
And it does have growths on it, but you're not exactly sure what they are because the lighting in here is terrible. You got a spazzing scientist in front of you.
Main thing I want to do is, do I actually recognize any of these workers?
oh, good point.
really bad
You
acting.
don't know any of them, no.
Okay.
You've only seen one, but you don't know any of them.
Okay, but he or she is not wearing an engineering suit or anything like that?
It's not one of your crew. It's obviously someone from the station.
Yeah, that I was not saying like any of our uniforms, because like for instance, if you're a mechanic, you're wearing a mechanic outfit, right?
Yeah, basically it's what clothing is there is inorganic and piecemeal.
It's long gone, dude's naked. Got it. Okay, I got you. So he's a raving lunatic. Then yeah, that will be my turn. I wanted to take, because I saw him actually pause for a second, and I saw again, and I'll actually turn to Daniel Randall, and I'll say, knock it down.
Okay, Randall,
It's
you
not-
wanted to
it's not
do
normal
something.
anymore. Because I kind of want to, because the reality is, I know you don't want to, but we're gonna have to knock it down. At least
Yeah, no, but there's an idiot between me and it now.
Exactly.
Which is how it should be. Yeah.
Exactly.
I guess
Oh no!
for my action before it goes, I'm gonna grab Dyson's collar and basically just throw him to the floor out of the way.
All right. Yeah. He will be very useful once we get the spores off the dude.
All right. Okay.
Not in the face! Not in the face!
Daniel, go ahead and give me an unarmed melee.
There you
go. You do have a lower target number because you are attacking from behind.
Exactly. I'm not quite gone fetal yet, but I'm close.
That's
4.
enough to grab them.
That's enough to grab me. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So you start jerking them back to throw them behind you. So that's happened. The Shambler is going to get. It's going to get one slap.
Yeah, no,
in
that's
the
fine.
slap fight.
Randall's goal was get the idiot scientist that probably can't take a punch out of the way so that somebody that probably can take a punch is there to take the punch.
Oh yeah, you got cloth
Legit.
armor and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but unfortunately you rolled a 4. All right. Wow. Okay.
The Shambler. He doesn't sound like a fun Happy Meal kind of character. It sounds like a more
Yeah.
not like the Hamburglar. It's the Shambler. It's like a Scooby Doo villain, like the Creeper.
All right, Matt. Matt, you get a backhand from this thing.
I expected no less.
Oh,
I
there you
expect.
There
Um,
you go.
That's
Did you
going to be
expect more?
5 points of damage.
Nice. All right, so I've got 2 in my endurance, so I'm like a -2. Is that right?
Yeah.
Got it. So I have 2
Dang,
endurance
dude.
left.
When you get bopped in the beak.
Oh, the horror.
All right, but
A
Randall,
lot of
back up
people
to
are
you.
tough until they get slapped in the nose.
Yeah.
Randall, we're back at the top. If
Okay.
you want to make a strength roll to help propel him backwards, since he just got jacked backwards really good.
I mean, if so, action-wise, if I'm standing there and this thing has effectively slapped him out of its own way, I'm just gonna try to butt strike it with my
Okay.
weapon.
So that's arm melee, right? Basically.
Yeah.
12.
Nice.
Jesus, he's rolling well tonight.
That's 12 is low. Jesus Christ, buddy.
12 is after my 4 from a second ago.
Not
Yeah. All right. I forgot to do one thing, but we'll get back to it. No problem. All right. So you hit with a 12.
Oh, I've
So
got to
you
get.
connect, and you connect solidly. You have 4 effect. Does everybody remember how effect works? So basically, your base target number in combat is 8. Every point above that is considered effect, which means you get to add that to damage. All right. You just hit it with the butt of your weapon, which is a club,
Right.
You also get to add your strength modifier to that.
and you get to add your strength modifier plus your effect of 4,
What's the damage on a club?
2d.
2D.
Yeah. Nice. I'm. Guess
15.
who's gonna get infected?
Nice.
That doesn't suck.
Doesn't suck.
No. That would. That would
Okay.
do the job.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Speaking of something,
Guess
can I
who's
have an
getting
endurance
infected?
roll?
Yeah. Now
Oh.
with the current
Yeah.
endurance of -2.
Yeah.
Guess who's getting infected?
Yeah.
All right. So I did roll 10. So
Good.
that's an 8. That's an 8. Yeah.
Okay. That's an 8. Mhm.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
difficult roll.
All of a sudden, the target number rose.
Mm.
No, there was another modifier.
Okay.
Just saying.
I'm saying. I'm
Based on how much damage you took, I'm guessing.
Pretty much.
infected.
It's gonna leave a mark.
It did. All right. So, all right. That was Randall. You butt struck it. Dyson, you've been slapped. Jerk backwards. What do you do?
I'm kicking wildly. Wherever's behind me is going to get kicked.
All right. So let's have that unarmed combat kick.
What? When I strike, like clearly I land a pretty solid hit. Like, what does it react? How does it react? Like, does it barely seem to register it, or does it take it a second, or?
It
Does its head
registers
break
it.
and cock over to the side and just
Keep coming? Yeah, right. That
Yeah,
kind of question.
Kind of like that.
Okay.
You know, you hit it, it stopped, it stepped back. Of course, it maintained its balance. You know, all those involuntary reflexes. But there doesn't seem to be any voluntary reflexes.
I hit positive numbers this time. I am at a 3. I rolled. Yeah, I have it with my negatives. I'm at 3. I'm at
Awesome.
positive numbers now.
Because if it was negative again, you were going to lose a shoe. But anyway.
I shoot.
All right.
Everybody knows if your shoe came off, you're dead.
It's just. I mean.
It's true. It's just time to go hide in the shed behind all the chainsaws.
Exactly.
Honoria, you saw Dyson get smacked down, jerk back, almost lose the
Furiously.
shoe. you saw Randall step up and butt strike this thing, and it sort of went. Yeah, I don't really feel that.
Wow.
What do you do?
Wow. This is going well. All right. Well, I'm gonna step in, and I, after watching all that, I'll actually grab, and I'm gonna drag Dyson out of it.
Okay.
Aw, thank you.
Give me a strength roll.
Yep. What is my strength? It's a 10, so that should be.
Nice. That is a stout ass pilot. Holy fuck.
That's a field. We'll see if it works.
That's +1, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I should have just kept Riesling after all.
No,
No, it was just, yeah, it was 6. Just 6 for this one.
that's okay. I think that's probably.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that'll drag him back.
Yeah.
I'll actually drag him back so Daniel can, Randall can actually handle. Because I'm just like, all right, you're kind of useless. Stay down, buddy.
That's
Stay
true.
down.
That's true.
And
I stopped kicking windmills in the air.
yeah, no, I'll just be like, lay here for a minute, and then I'll walk forward and be like, okay. And then I'm gonna start engaging too for my next round.
It burns,
Okay.
Spaggins. It burns. It burns.
All right. So, you hit it, Randall. You damaged it, but you didn't really phase it.
It went
Okay.
thunk.
So it takes a swing at you,
Yeah,
and it
no,
misses.
now Daniel can, now Dyson can transform, and then he can stand up behind you, and
There you go.
Nice.
It missed you, Randall, and it is back up to you.
Okay. After seeing the sort of lack of any kind of human recognizable response from being,
that's not okay.
slammed in the face, he actually he's under his breath. He just mutters, "Dogandu, forgive me," and he opens fire.
Yeah, because you bashed it in the face for 15 points of damage.
Yep.
That
You
should have.
just- That
That
should have
should've-
killed most people.
Yeah, but it
When it didn't drop, its potential humanity became less of a
Yeah,
factor
yeah.
for Randall. Yes.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
So what'd you roll to hit?
Gun
Combat. Slug.
Are you firing single shot, burst, or
Full
or
auto.
So that's 3 shots.
Well, he can do it as a +3 modifier to damage, or he can
That's
roll
a
3
burst.
different shots.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's burst or 3 separate shots is full auto.
Yeah, no, he's full auto. 'Cause he's at a 2 for that anyway, +2.
Plus 1 for the range. So we might hear this over in
12, 14, and 7.
Jesus.
Okay, so you added for your gun combat, right?
So I rolled at a +2 because I have a 1 slug gun combat and a
Dex mod.
dex mod +1.
You're also
Okay.
+1 for range.
+1 for range, so all those are 1 higher.
Oh.
So you hit with all 3.
No, take that back. Sorry, I thought I had gun combat slug at 1, but it's a 0. So
Okay,
Oh,
plus
well, in
2.
that
Plus
case,
2 is
1
correct
did miss.
anyway. Yep.
that was accurate.
Okay. So those 2 hit. So go ahead and give me damage. Now remember, you got to have the effect for one, then the effect for the other.
And there's no effect is the only modifier to damage, right? Like I
Correct.
don't also add dex or something. Okay.
Correct. It's unless you're doing melee, then you get to add strength.
Yeah, strength is a superpower for melee.
It makes bruisers bruise.
12 damage on the first shot.
If you're dumb enough to get into melee, you deserve every edge you can get. That's what
10
Bryce
damage on the second. So 22
just found it
damage in
out.
total, and the third shot goes wide.
Well,
Nice.
basically, the first shot sort of doubles it over. The second shot sort of goes in the top of the skull, and the third shot just goes where it used to be standing.
Nice.
You drop it.
Okay, as soon as the literally the rounds leave the muzzle, the bullets impact the target. The target hits the ground. Randall kneels down and is basically like hand on its shoulder, praying over it.
Are we having an Avatar moment?
That's cool.
Nice.
That is really cool.
Anybody
But I
that
need an
anybody that
endurance
can
roll from you.
from me for
There it
touching.
is.
I'm gloved. Does it matter?
It does. Go ahead and give me an endurance roll.
It's a bonus. But the blood spraying all over you from shooting at point blank range with a submachine gun.
However, yeah.
13.
Okay.
I'm sorry. He-Man says no.
Yeah, he says, "I'm going to roll boxcars, and you can screw your infection."
So, if anybody can hear him, I'll kind of go over what he says. But if not, then
Sure, I'm gonna hear it.
Dogandu, I have been forced to take a life on this day. I make all apologies. Dogandu, I have taken a life on this day. I do not intend to take another. Thank you, Dogandu.
But Dyson's coming really close.
He's, I'll,
So- As soon as he's done with his prayer, he whirls around on Dyson
I expect no less.
You fool!
and hauls
Okay.
him up.
Hold on. We're
Okay.
not out of combat.
Oh my!
that's actually what I was, before they did that, while you guys are having your excursion, I'll actually do the right thing and come over to double tap if it's still alive. I was actually going to say that before
makes sense,
everything
but-
started going, but I waited
Okay.
for
So
Yeah.
this is what happened. It dropped.
Yeah.
Daniel knelt, put his hand on it.
Yep.
Some sort of vine ropey thing went around
Oh,
Dyson.
awesome!
Oh my god.
Yeah,
From where? From the down thing?
No, this is all
Okay.
happening behind you.
Okay, then yeah, then
And-
Randall's praying and has no idea.
Yep.
Correct. And Honoria, there's something wrapped around your leg,
Oh, great.
and it seems to be wanting you to go in a certain direction, which is not out.
Further in.
Yep.
I think they found some of the whatever happened here.
So,
Yeah. I'm assuming that splitting the party was
So yeah, I'm
not
screaming
the
into the
greatest idea
comlink.
here.
I'm
Okay.
screaming
Okay,
into the comlink at this time. Yeah.
It
Okay,
seems like
so
such a good idea.
first off, before you start screaming, Creek, Chloe, Florence.
There we go. I was about to say, and back to the other crew.
Oh, good.
Can you all give me a listen check before your comms explode? And Chloe, don't forget you have heightened senses.
Recon,
That's
yeah.
plus one.
What's a listen
recon
check?
applies intelligence, and you get +1 from heightened senses, Chloe.
Recon, intelligence, and extra one.
Yep. If you don't have recon, you're not at minuses,
I do have
but
recon.
it does apply.
Okay. 4.
Florence, the peasants are
Four.
beneath her.
I'm not even listening.
What'd
Dirty
you
my
get,
ears.
Creek?
6.
12.
You got a 6, Creek?
Yeah. I don't have
Well,
recon.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, 6.
Hearing other noises, can't
No,
hear you.
No. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. The Varger points. That's gunfire. And then, while you're
We
looking
should go
at
there.
the Varger going, "What gunfire?" Your comm explodes with.
So I say, so I go, that's gunfire, and then I start booking in that direction.
That's Dyson.
Oh,
That one got me.
lovely.
All right. So
My
it's
head's
gonna take.
Yeah, my heads up display is telling me whose comms it is that are exploding.
Exactly.
So that's Dyson.
So
Yeah.
I'm going. I'm not listening to anything they're saying anymore.
It'll
I'm
take you a
just-
couple of rounds to get over there.
Okay,
Okay, it's a good sprint.
fair enough.
Florence, are you sprinting with? Are you casually pacing? Are you cleaning your nails?
I will follow,
Come on, let's
but I'll
go.
probably be picking up the rear between the 3 of us. But I'm going with them. I don't want to stay alone after hearing all this.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
and
assuming that Creek is moving.
No, Creek's moving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lock myself in the computer room. He's a scientist. That doesn't mean he's an abject coward.
That's me.
You know,
That's
and
me.
this sounds interesting. Whatever this is going on, this sounds interesting.
Definitely interesting in the purely dictionary version of the word.
Oh yeah. Well, as it turns out, there's a culture that views interesting as being the worst thing possible. So let me tell you.
yeah. Yes. Uh-huh. Yep.
So
Chinese proverb, may you live in interesting times.
Yeah.
And it's not meant as a compliment.
No,
or
No,
a
absolutely
well-wish.
not.
it isn't.
Yeah. The worst curse.
All right.
Yeah, that was from
So-
old Earth.
So can I have initiative rolls from Flo, Cleo, and Creek, and then I can resume.
2d6 plus
Intelligence
Either
or
intelligence
Dex,
or Dex.
whichever's higher.
Yeah.
9.
7.
Sorry, I'm not as fast as 10.
I got pissed off the dice roller. I'm taking.
You whined
James
for that
Price.
dice roller, and now you won't use it.
And just using. I'll just
13.
dice roller.
13.
You said 13.
Yep.
Okay, that's appropriate. So while you like fly out the front door and are booking in that direction,
Carter.
Randall, it's your go. While you just as you're finishing your prayer, you're hearing Dyson going into a full panic shriek.
Yep.
Okay. Whirl around. What's he see?
Screaming like a little girl.
So
Very
he
right.
has something wrapped around his torso
Where's it coming from?
from behind him,
He'll
deeper
drop the,
into the
Building?
science lab.
drops his submachine gun on its sling and draws his sword and goes to sever it, basically.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, it didn't
drop,
penetrate. It didn't penetrate you, man. Didn't it? In fact, it just marked you.
All
Exactly.
right. So go ahead and give me an attack because you're not a slouch.
7, probably nothing.
Okay. So because he's in full panic mode, you're having a hard time getting him to like keep his head out of the way of your swing.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Honoria.
Woo!
So you see Randall like whip around from his prayer, drop the submachine gun on sling, and pull out his blade, and he's trying to cut Dyson free while you have this thing wrapped around your leg. But you're not shrieking like a little girl.
No.
I will be taking care of that. Thank you.
I understand, and I am all like he's screaming, and I'm looking at my leg going, shh.
We all have our roles to play.
Yep. I never picked out for my character. You said I got a weapon, but I never picked out anything. What would I actually have had for
Broadsword.
Broadsword's a little bit big for Navy, but
Right,
a
a blade.
cutlass or a blade would be fine.
It's because I'm not sure which one I would have gotten. I just have a weapon. I don't think we ever picked one.
Static blade.
So
A what blade?
A static blade or a density enhanced. It's a high tech blade. It has a little bit of AP.
but yeah,
Yeah.
I also have that. I can also shoot things. So I was just like, I could get a gun. I don't really care. Yeah, I'll turn.
Unless you use guns.
Yeah. So, because per our conversation, I do have gun combat as well. So, okay.
Yeah, it's your preference. Now, quite frankly, out of the ship's locker, you could grab the blade for yourself too.
Okay, cool. Then I'll use the blade first. And I'll try to cut it off to go save my new charge, and I will try to stab it. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. And I think it's just a straight for mine because I don't think I have a +1. Nope,
Yep.
mine's a 0, so it's not even a +1. Okay, so
At least you got a 0.
yeah. So I'll just roll the normal.
Do you have but you got a strength mod or a dex mod, right?
You got +1 for 10 strength. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I can do that instead. Okay, I'll just do that then.
Yeah, you get to add that. Yeah,
Okay.
for melee weapons, strength is kind of a double tap because you get to add it to your to hit. It counts into the effect, and you get to add it again to damage.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. So I just have the regular strength, and you just see my arm just get beefy, and I try to cut it with an 8.
8 hits. So
Nice.
it's 2d plus your strength mod.
Got it.
Hassan,
Oh, I only got 3 points for that one. I had snake eyes.
Oh,
you
that's
just
a
nicked
shame.
it.
So you're halfway to severing it.
Yeah. So I turn, and I'm halfway there, and I'm like, all right, good. That seems easy enough.
Okay.
Let's see where they set the shit on fire.
Creek, you come pounding out the door,
Behind
followed by Flo, which somehow seems appropriate. And then,
Yeah.
and then it's the Shambler's turn. So, not the Shambler, the Tendril's turn. So, Dyson and Honoria, please give me strength rolls.
Nice.
Here we go. I got an 8 for this one.
Okay. So it's trying to drag you deeper into the science lab, and you're not having it. Dyson, what'd you get?
Why is always the science lab? They're making some freaky shit in the science lab.
That's where you make freaky shit.
Exactly.
Why do you think I became a scientist?
Exactly. You're like, damn it, they created it before we could.
And a biologist to boot. I'm also a cyberneticist. Did I mention that?
So Dyson,
No.
what'd you get on your strength roll?
My strength roll, I got fuck and nothing. I got an 8.
Okay. So your plumpness is holding you in place, and Honoria just will not be moved because she's in.
Are you calling me fat? Are you calling my character fat? This is like
Fluffy.
the 5th fucking time
Fluffy.
you called a character
Fluffy.
fat in Traveler.
Fluffy.
Fluffy.
You know what?
Fluffy.
You know what? Cold Dark Boy, go fuck yourself. How about that?
Nice and fluffy. But yeah, no. So Dyson gets moved.
Name 5 times I've actually played with you where you had a character in Travel.
You called Elisa fat twice. No. In the
I didn't
Traveler
call her
game,
fat. I asked if
it's
she would fit
recorded.
through the air duct.
Yeah.
That's not
Any-
bad. That's
What
just
did you roll
skinny.
at? What did you actually roll for your strength?
8.
Okay, so both of us. So he's chubby, and I refuse to be moved.
Yep.
Let's all agree. That's what happened. He's
All right.
I'm a
Look,
flip table.
he's moved, and
Cleo,
you just
you're
keep standing there, trying to solve this all.
Chloe.
Yes, Chloe.
Chloe. I wrote it.
I didn't
wrong.
mean
That's
for it
why.
to be a complicated name.
There's a Cleo in another game, so close enough
Yeah.
to confuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Chloe, you arrive at the doors to the science lab building. You're not in yet. Okay. Randall.
Mhm.
Once again, you got Dyson, who's struggling to and screaming, and Honoria, who's like you also see is entangled by something.
Is the source of these things apparent, or is the most immediate thing in front of us still like they're coming from somewhere and the tentacles are clearly the problem? You know what I'm asking? Like, do I see where they're coming from and I should attack that?
All right, so the tentacles are clearly the problem with your friends, but you can see that they lead deeper into the science lab, into a dark area that, it's a matter of lighting and what you're concentrating on.
Got it. So you can see the room where they're coming from, but not it. Got it.
Right.
Okay.
Right. In that case, he's going to try to hack the scientist free again.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll.
Six, nothing.
Okay. Yeah, Dyson is tumbling around and just he's being Dyson. All right. So that brings us to Dyson.
Yes.
Get away, my friend. Use that fluffiness.
You know what? I'm gonna take one more fluffy joke. And I'm gonna flip this fucking table. That's what I'm gonna
You got this, man.
I mean, I'm basically just trying to rip myself free, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be strength roll.
Got it. An 8 again. Yeah.
8's not going to clear it.
No, I'm basically it's a stalemate, right? I'm not going in, and it's not taking me. Got it. Yeah.
Correct. All right. So that was Dyson. Now we are down to Creek. You are arriving right behind Chloe and Honoria.
Woo!
Would you like to swing at the one that's holding your leg?
Yes, I would.
See if you can finish the job.
I can. It's the Hope Man. Let's give this a shot. And
Keep
he's
it alive.
still screaming, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm screaming a lot.
I do 8 again.
That'll hit again.
Oh, and I do 3 points of damage again.
Which
Jesus
snaps
Christ.
it.
Nice.
Yes. And I'll turn and I'll be like, oh, gross. And I'll try to pull off the rest of the vine off of me with my other hand.
Excellent. No problem.
And I'll and then
give me an
I'll-
endurance roll.
There it is. Okay. And I think that's actually, is that my highest stat? 1 second. Double checking to make sure. Oh no, that is actually not. Endurance is still +1 though. Whoops, that was wrong. I got a 0, but I think that's because I did that wrong.
Yeah.
Minimum.
It doesn't know what to do with that.
I got a 10.
All right. Thank you. But you are now free.
Yep, and I'll go help Dyson the best I can. On a great note, I do say your girth is enormous. Like,
No, I'm out. I'm out.
and I'll
I'm out.
say,
All right. I didn't know it was going to go
Keep
there. I
going.
was just thinking scientist. I'm sorry.
keep going. Keep going.
It would wrap around most people 3 or 4
It did,
times.
it
It
would,
wraps
it
around me once. Is that what you're saying?
No, apparently that's what you said.
Yeah.
Damn.
Who's next?
All right. So
I was just thinking you're pudging out of shape like me.
I thought so too, but no, apparently I'm fucking huge.
You think you'd have a higher strength?
Lawrence, you catch up with the other two at the door.
He does.
And now it's my turn. Jesus Christ.
You're welcome, Cold Dark Void. You're welcome.
Dyson, give me a strength roll.
10 this time.
Okay. A 10 keeps you from going in. And as a matter of fact, you're able to pull it in the other direction.
Nice.
But it has not separated from you.
No, so I'm pulling it out. I'm like, come on, now we're going. Oh yeah.
Well,
I
you're
got
stretching
you.
it out anyway.
I'm stretching it out.
And and we're back up to.
At least the tendrils aren't raspy.
All right, so we're gonna go Randall.
Cool. So he's managed to basically yank it a ways, but he's still tangled
Right.
up.
He's at least got traction now.
I'm dug in. I'm doing a tug of war with a plant thing.
12, finally.
All right, so you have hit it with 4 effect.
Hassan Chup.
Which
I have got to get a
3d6
better friend that uses
plus
weapons.
24.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Okay, most people use the edge when they cut through things, but you just obliterate it into spaghetti paste.
Hi, buddy. What you doing there?
Dyson, you now have a fashion statement as opposed to an attack.
Now you have a belt.
Exactly. Fix it off.
And
Nice.
Chloe, it is your turn, and you can rush into the building, and you can see your 3 compatriots ahead.
Okay. Is there one of them that's closer to me? Like, yeah, I would.
The
I would
closest
still
one
have-
to you would be coming up probably behind Randall.
Okay. Does Randall look like He needs help. He's in trouble.
Randall's holding a blade and of some description, and is taking Dyson and
He's
sort of
chopping my leg off.
sort of shoving him in your direction. But Dyson seems to have all the bits attached.
Take this. Take this.
In fact,
Take this.
some bits that aren't even his are attached.
Exactly. Take this and get it out of here.
Just from a quick look around, who can I where could I be most useful?
What needs to be done?
Helping Randall or doing does Honoria need help? I just
All right, so what you're seeing is Dyson getting up off the ground and going, "Get it off me! Get it off me! Get it off me!"
That's exactly what's happening.
You see Honoria with a blade in her hand, taking this ropey thing off of her leg. You see Randall looking deeper into the science lab section, into the darkness. To your left, you see a dead body.
Okay.
That's what you've walked into.
Okay. So it sounds like Randall and Dyson and Honoria don't actually need my help.
Okay.
But I see Randall looking off in a direction.
Yeah, I would say start. Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, I'm saying start heading towards the science lab if you want to be useful.
Yeah. So whatever direction he's looking at is probably where I would go. And looking around to see, I'm waiting to see if someone's going to jump out at me or I can find somebody.
So you're going to go forward, but you're going to be alert about it.
Yes.
Okay. What weapon do you have out?
It's a good
I mean,
question.
everybody else has a weapon. I'm gonna assume you joined the party.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I'm just trying to decide which one I want. I think under the circumstances, I'm going to have my blade out.
Okay. Okay. So, you also have an electric torch, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you got that out. So, you got your trusty mag light and the spotlight option on it.
Okay.
So you're really shooting it down there. And you see this mass. It's quivering, and it's got tendrils and creepers that are twitching and moving around, and it looks very fungal in one respect, but alien in another.
I'm going to try to kill it.
So, do you wish to approach it with all those creepers and tendrils and stuff, or would you like to have another plan?
I'm going to not jump in.
That's a good proto plan. Help! I'm under attack.
They're gonna eat you now.
Got me.
Damn burger.
It's the tendril.
I don't. I'm just trying to figure out what I can do that would be helpful, other than just stand here and watch it.
Go find something flammable.
The
to
damn
throw on
burger was at the dog, not you.
Yeah. Jess, take a look at how big his head is.
Yeah.
I have a big head.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
a big gigantic guy. His head's bigger than mine. It's like the size of James's.
Damn, he's called you a fathead, Matt.
I I was getting ready to jump to your fence, but I'm like, you know what? He fucking deserves it. Fuck him. Nice.
Do I have anything flammable? Or
I don't know,
is there
do you?
anything flammable? I don't think I do, because my flashlight isn't flammable.
Right.
Give me a few minutes with some of those cleansers, and I'll find something flammable.
I was out of the room when you were describing the creatures, the tentacles, and what's like the base of the creature.
So tentacles and creepers, and
Tentacle maker.
it's a mass that looks very fungal yet alien in
Okay.
nature.
Something xenobiological.
No, it doesn't look anything like
Seymour.
Audrey.
No.
Okay,
No.
is it staying still or is it moving?
It's twitching, moving, tendrils are coming at you. So
Dyson, get in there. Figure it out.
Yeah, no. When it's dead, I'll figure it out. I'll be the
Well,
first to do an autopsy.
If it's coming at me, I'm gonna take a stand and have my blade out and be prepared to chop it off, ideally, when it gets close enough.
I suppose
Okay.
society needs those too.
all right, Dyson, it's your turn. You saw
I'm
the murder
running
run
out.
by.
I'm running
So I-
out. I'm
I
out.
guess that means,
Dyson is running out of the building.
I guess
Yeah.
that means I'm holding my action, and I guess is that what that
Kinda.
means? Kinda.
Sure.
All right, so that brings us down to Honoria. You saw the barter go one way, Dyson go the other, and you're standing there with with Randall and yeah, you're standing there with Randall.
I just turn and I sigh. So Chloe's gotten here, but Florence and Creek have not gotten here, right?
You're assuming that they're right behind her, but you have not seen them enter the building yet.
Okay, that's fine. Because I really wish you would have had time to actually research Creek, and actually get some stuff from the computers. But alas, that's not happening. So
Well-
we're gonna have to build in kind of cold turkey.
Luckily, they're not in this. The computers aren't in this building, so we can burn this building to the ground and then go look at the computers over there.
Right.
I'm
Well,
good with
we're
that.
going to do this the hard way. So I'll turn to Randall and be like, okay, well, I guess we'll follow. And I look at, Dyson running into the distance. I go, I hope he doesn't die. And I'll start walking towards the giant creature as well. Because it looks like this is not going to end well as well. So that's where I'll head. So I see all the spindle and the creatures and stuff like that. Actually, I apologize. Could I retcon that 1 second? I'm actually going to go look at the dead body.
Okay.
Can I actually take a look at the spores and stuff? And what happened to this body, man? Is it just
All right, so give me a med roll.
Yep. Is it medic?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Education
about that.
or intelligence?
Yep.
Education or intelligence modifier, whichever's higher.
Okay. Excuse me.
I wish I'd brought my life sciences my science kit with me now, so I could analyze some of this.
Yep.
Because I'm totally not going to be fucking taking samples back on board the ship. Fuck that.
No. Yeah, I got an 8.
Okay. So, it's obviously a human, base
Yeah,
human,
it was a human. Yeah.
but it's been infected by some sort of, it looks to be fungal growths
Okay.
that have sprouted not out of it, basically, as
Not
opposed to on it.
on it.
Okay.
Eruptions.
Yep. I will take a look, and you'll hear me turn around and scream, "Chloe, come back! We need vac suits."
Okay. Creek,
Don't touch it.
Creek, just as you're about to enter the door, you hear, "We need vac suits, don't touch it."
Okay.
Okay, so I start backing up
Yeah,
with
no,
my
that's-
blade out.
I'll leave
Or-
Randall to do whatever he wants to do, but I will yell at everybody. You'll hear echoing, Don't touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it.
Okay, so I'm gonna start backing up. There aren't any doors or anything I can close along the way, are there?
Only if you want to lock
there-
people inside.
No, like
No.
between.
Where she is, she's way ahead of you guys, so she
Okay.
wouldn't
Yeah.
be locking anybody inside. But because of the way the growth is and so forth, and where the tendrils and the creepers and the, for lack of a better term, root system, she can't get that door closed.
Got
Okay.
it. Does anybody have mechanical?
I
Okay.
actually do.
No.
I have mechanics too.
We'll talk.
Um, so
Between us,
I'm-
we're going to be MacGyver.
so I'm gonna start backing up and towards
But
the rest of the group.
but
But-
it was Creek's turn.
Yep.
Ah,
Hit it,
sorry.
Creek.
I'm coming. I'm screeching to a halt. I'm going to go ahead and seal up my environmental suit.
Okay.
I'm willing to take her at her word that we need vac suits. I'm going to seal up my environmental suit. It's not a vac suit, but it'll do for the time being. That's why I have it to.
Well,
Keep
I had my
creeping.
environmental. I had my combat environmental suit on.
Yes, but you probably didn't have it sealed up because it makes it harder to do things, and so I'm gonna
Got
seal the
it.
hood and pull my gloves on and seal everything up. And
Okay.
that'll be my turn.
Okay. Florence,
Yeah.
you see Creek do a Scooby Doo with the back pedal, and then all of a sudden he's sealing up his clothing.
Okay. I mean, is Dyson still like being held by that tendril thing?
No, he went running off that way.
I'm running out.
Yeah.
I'm
You-
running towards the ship. I'm running.
Yeah,
towards
he
the
ran
ship.
past us.
Oh, you're loose. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
running towards the ship.
he's going to be busting out between you in a second.
Yeah,
I
we don't.
mean,
we
if
don't want him
everyone
to-
else is booking it from here, I'm definitely gonna do that too. I'm no hero as far as like being a martyr.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, if he
Thank
still
you.
has a tendril dang. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, but we obviously don't want him getting away.
Who,
I'm
Dyson?
being-
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dyson.
I'm
Oh.
beelining it towards the ship. Yeah, it's basically what I'm doing. beeline.
Like, is he like possessed
Maybe.
by whatever is
We don't know.
He still has a belt.
it's gonna what?
He still has a tendril belt.
But I mean, is it still like actively
around
moving
me.
and stuff?
I
Like,
don't know. I'm assuming that there's some sort of infection because
Oh.
Honoria said that there was some sort of an infection.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Flopping behind me as I'm dragging along.
Yeah, he has a tail. I'm sealing up because because obviously if that's what happened here, we're all in trouble.
Okay. I guess since it's not like attached to something else and it's just like detached around him, like I'm just gonna assume it's not really a threat, so I'm not gonna try to stop him, but I'm also not gonna try to go any deeper into this building. It's just kinda
I'm
like
just running toward the ship as fast as my pudgy little legs can carry me.
Yeah.
Apparently, Fuck
I can
y'all.
understand that.
Oh, good.
Are
That's
you
probably
running of
very
your own
fast.
volition? That's the question. Do you want
Oh.
to go there, or you be
hope-
like taken there by the thing that's wrapped
Yeah.
around you?
I hope
Oh,
I
wait.
don't break the fucking bridge when I try
Wait.
to run across it.
There's no danger of that because you have an endurance of like 2, so you're going to fall to the ground gasping in just a minute here.
Oh my god!
Because you've got cracked ribs and shit. You're not going anywhere.
All right.
I
You're,
need,
you're, not-
So
you're not
that was
running
Creek.
nowhere.
That was Flo. All right.
I need a Twinkie.
I've got Oreos.
Fuck
You
all
might
of
want
you.
to keep your distance low.
All right. So, Honoria,
Yay!
Chloe, Randall, tendrils are coming up out of the junk strewn around the science lab and so
That's
forth,
what
and
That seems bad.
they want to hug you and caress you, but conveniently they have missed at the moment. Just to let you know.
Cool.
This brings us back to the top with
Hit it.
Randall.
I highly suggest we beat a tactical retreat, and he leaves.
Okay,
Fine.
Chloe.
Tactical advancement to the rear.
I start retreating, and if it's entirely possible, I'm gonna try to seal up my combat environmental suit as I am backing out, trying to retreat.
Nice.
give me a dex roll.
Okay.
Yeah, she might trip.
Dex modified by vac suit.
Yeah,
She might trip.
Yeah,
She might
she's
trip.
good at that.
Yeah.
She's got that sealing her pursuit down to a science. No, she got vac suit too, so she's good at it.
Should be good. Yeah.
10.
10. Hot dog.
Yeah, she makes it look easy. I mean, yep. I mean, one hands it. I mean, just All right. That brings us down to Dyson, who's booking, and we're at Honoria.
All right.
Apparently, people are taking heed of your words.
So I noticed that everybody's kind of doing a tactical retreat, and I will turn to and I'll slowly back out my way too, keeping an eye on Chloe to make sure she doesn't get taken, and we'll kick up the rear as we run out.
Okay. Creek, people are starting to come out the door and so forth. Do you go in or do you just seal up and hang tight?
I'm sealed up. I'm looking for signs of stuff on people that they didn't come in with.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a medical roll.
Intelligence, education,
Whichever one.
so 11, 13.
Okay.
14 if education. But it seems like spotting is more intelligence based, so 13.
Okay. So yeah, you're not. There's nothing for the naked eye.
Okay, that's I mean that's phase 1 is let's go with the naked eye. I'll be going over them with additional tools later, but for now, sort of make sure there's nothing obvious.
Right.
Like that tail of Dyson's dragon behind him.
Right. And Florence, you're seeing people come out, and Creek's sort of doing the fastest medical checkup you ever saw happen as people run by him.
Yeah.
Turn your head, cough. Turn your head, cough. Turn your head, cough.
First game I ever played, you guys got me fucking stress eating. I'm over here emptying his bag of fucking chips. Fuck all of you. I'm over here like, fuckers call me that.
I'm just following the rest of the people. Like, yeah, no, I don't want anything to do with this nonsense. But if it gets,
we can do some more of the nonsense. It's just we don't want to get infected.
yeah,
So-
yeah.
Okay.
I'll
So
actually.
I just don't want the vines to touch me.
All right. So this is what I'm gonna say. You're all outside the building now. All right.
Yeah.
Dyson is booking for the ship.
Well, he was. Now he's sort of staggered because he ran out of endurance.
It's a fast crawl.
Okay. To make it easy to catch is all I'm saying.
I'm like bent over, grabbing my knees.
Yeah. So I'll say he's over by the ATV.
Leaning.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ouch! Ouch! Ouch!
But the rest of you
What?
obviously might want to come up with a plan. So what do you want to do?
So,
Someone was hacking.
yeah, but I'm not doing that at the moment.
I know.
So, but I'm trying to remember amongst the various cleaning supplies that you mentioned twice that we saw, if there are some things that we could put together to make something that's flammable or corrosive or something nasty.
Give me a chem roll.
Okay.
Chemistry.
I can do that.
Education.
Oh, excellent. That's a +4. That's a 9.
Yeah, you can definitely come up with a flaming gallon concoction.
Nice.
And probably a couple of them.
Okay, well then I think so. I need this, and this. We're if there's something, if there's an infection, we need to burn it out. So did anybody get compromised? Any of you people that were inside, did you get?
I don't think so.
Dyson.
Was anybody?
I think I'm good.
Maybe
We all
I'm-
turn to look at Dyson.
I'm
He's still got it on him.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're gonna need to isolate him. So what? Okay, you can tell me what it was later. So is this something we need to burn out? Is that what's going on?
Isolate a box of ho-hos here in a fucking minute. That's one.
From what I saw, I think that's probably a good idea. I think burning the damn thing is a really good idea.
Would it look-
So you're just doing medic rolls to make sure we're not infected?
I was trying to look everybody over. We need to do something about that. We need to do something to make sure that people aren't infected. We shouldn't go back onto the ship.
I mean,
Because-
yeah, I am a xenobiologist. Can I look at myself and go, "Fuck, I'm infected"? Do I see any cut marks or anything? Has my
Whatever happened-
skin been compromised?
Yeah,
So
whatever happened
yeah,
here-
it drew blood when it hit you. Just to give you the mechanics on it, Matt. I actually rolled boxcars.
Nice.
So you're
All
fine.
right. So
Yeah.
it was 5 effect from the modifiers,
You're boned.
and you took 6 points of damage because I rolled a 1 on the damage die.
Oh my god.
Nice.
And I was like, oh.
So there's needle marks, I guess, around my midsection or whatever.
No,
The
it's
first time
a,
you got hit.
it's basically abrasion. I mean, like the guy hauled off and hit you.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And there is blood
Mhm.
from abrasion and cut lip or broken nose or
And it got through my skin.
You get the
Yeah.
idea.
So I am
and, you know-
freaking out. Yeah. I'm like,
So- As a scientist, yeah, there's a good chance for infection, but
yeah.
you can't tell without equipment, and you don't even know what the hell you might be infected with because you don't even know what the hell that was.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
yeah, we're gonna have to. We need a sample. We need to keep it from spreading. We
Squeeze
need
it out of
to
my arm.
be able to identify.
Well, you still have that tendril that was
Yeah, it's
wrapped
like around your
him.
waist.
Okay. So we have plenty of sample. We just need to make sure it doesn't get away.
I'll be in the rec room playing pool.
I mean, is it still moving around where it's wrapped the
Yeah.
disattached part
There's no
around his
acoustics.
waist?
They're organic.
They're organic.
Yeah.
There could be
All
some
right.
fiberglass ones.
So, what do you need, and where do we get it, and how can I help?
So
Exactly.
Have you guys relayed that there's a big tendrily thing in there, or did you just come out screaming and all I know is that Dyson ran away with a belt?
So the Navy is giving a thumbs up. So you got the briefest description.
Okay.
I
Okay.
look and Chloe will be the one to actually have to tell you because she actually saw it.
Okay.
Because she'll tell you that there's a tentacle in the. I'm going to tell you what I saw in the body,
Okay.
and I'll say, hey, it's not it was on the skin. The vines grew out of the body.
Okay. So we got to contain it.
Yep.
We got to identify it. We've got to figure out a way to decontam.
I think what we need to do is burn down that building. Is what we really need to do.
Oh
Well,
yeah, because
yeah,
it looks like Dyson has a sample for us. So that's
Yeah.
I saw vines
Thanks,
like
Dyson.
I saw vines all over the place.
yeah.
it's-
Burning the
it's-
building is a great idea.
It's
So
the thing
Yeah.
is bad,
Yeah.
and I
I
seem to recall seeing it around Dyson there. So
yes,
Yeah.
he got us a sample. He doesn't. Yeah. Until we're all clear, we shouldn't go back into the ship.
I agree,
Okay.
which is why I say,
So
what do you need me to do?
containment. Go back to the accommodations and look for this, and this. There were cleaning supplies. So the labels look like this, and this. These are the names.
Okay,
I'll send her to go get the things that I saw that I figured out that I need.
I go get where he said to get whatever he said to get.
So,
Okay.
so you've seen one person. That's all of all the people that were here. One person.
Yep, that's all
That's
I
what
saw.
they've seen so far. Yes.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So we're gonna want to. We're gonna want to figure something out. Captain, we're gonna need to have your engineers toss out some of my gear so I can because that's if that's the science lab, that's not any good to us anymore.
It's not any good. No.
So I'm gonna need some of my tools so I can identify whatever it is that's on Dyson, so we can isolate it, so we can figure out how to spot it and figure out how to deal with it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Like I'll say that. I'll turn to be like, oh, I already phoned it in. Like,
Yeah,
I like to
throwing
be like,
stuff out the airlock.
hey,
Yeah.
I would like to leave this godforsaken planet.
Yeah, but not until we're all clear, because you don't. wanna-
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I would like to
Oh.
leave this planet as soon as possible. So
Okay, so whoever sealed up, we need to contain Dyson and keep him from running off.
Mhm.
I'm
'cause,
going
you
to the
know-
rec room. Yeah, basically what I'm doing.
Okay. So yeah, we need to get that sample off of him, but we need to do it safely from a distance with a stick or something.
Well, but, you know, by the time he gets to the ATV, he about halfway between the building and the ATV is where he finally threw that ropey thing off. It was just
Got
a
it.
matter of him
Is it still
unpanicking enough to do it,
is-
or
is-
slowing down because he couldn't get enough air.
is that tendril independently animate, or is it separated and now it's dead?
You don't know because you haven't gone over and poked it with a stick.
Well, I'm just looking to see if it's still wiggling or writhing, or if it's still doing anything.
Is it still moving?
Yeah, is it obvious from here? That
It
it's still-
doesn't seem to be moving.
Okay, so Randall, if you could you've already chopped into it. I can get some scrapings off your blade. I wouldn't put it back in that sheath if I were you. And we're gonna want to go over you guys. We're gonna want to find some other clothes to put you in, and find a way to, or find a way to decontaminate you so that you don't inadvertently transfer any that may have gotten on your clothing onto your skin.
I'm familiar with the concept of quarantine. Yes.
So yeah, So yes, so we've got some samples. So I'm gonna head back to the ship and pick up my tools. When Chloe gets back with the chemicals, they need to be combined like this, and then quickly tossed in. I'm not an explosives expert, but I know how to make it.
Well,
You know,
it's not going to be an explosive,
no,
which is
but yeah,
actually what
yeah.
you don't want.
Right? Yeah. Well, I'm not an explosive person. I'm not a pyrotechnic person either. That would be probably under explosives, but I know the chemistry.
How many science skills do you have?
I just have 5.
You're a pyrotechnics.
So all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, but
When the professor's out of the lab, the fourth
Yeah.
year shows the third year how to
hey,
do
hey,
this.
hey, 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 yeah. He went to the hospital, but he lived. He's mad still. So I have an enemy from that. He's still mad, but he lived, and yeah, his eyebrows were gone, and his hair was gone, and that's not coming back. But he lived is the important thing.
Damn Bunsen burners.
Yeah, how was I to know that that you shouldn't get prussic acid on your skin? I didn't know anything.
yeah. But it sounds like it's science time. So Dyson and Creek need to go take over and do some science for us.
No.
While
Dyson can stay in the rec room.
science, sit there and tank tops and random shit that we found on the ground, trying to figure out if we're infected.
Indeed.
And Nora's like, it's science time, so I'm gonna take
Yeah.
a nap.
So,
I'm not taking a nap. It's been a
All
tired
right.
guys.
so Randall,
this
if you want to
is-
see the quarantining and decontaminating, I'm sure there's stuff for decontam around here someplace.
Yeah.
If anybody else has any ideas, that's great. I'll find some place to set up so I can start testing this stuff to see if we can identify it and kill it and so forth.
Yeah, if we can find some plastic sheeting, I'll be curtaining off an area of the rec room that I'm basically just do the best I can.
Sure.
Yeah, you can find all the plastic
Yeah.
sheeting that you need,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
garbage or something to that effect.
Yeah.
and hopefully you won't sprout funguses and so forth. So you can go ahead and do testing while you're in there too. You can go ahead and be
Yeah.
researching this as well
But
until the fungus eats
it's
your
11
brain.
o'clock, so I'm
Yeah.
going to call
Yes.
it here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I live.
So where we're at is Dyson wants to set up in the rec room as the ad hoc lab, and that's where he's going to quarantine.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was
you
the
can look-
building that this all started to kick off in? What would you call that building?
All right. So the first one that you cross the bridge into.
No. The one where we had all the
Encountered.
fighting.
Tendrils in the shooting.
Oh,
and-
science lab
Okay.
Of course. Where we
or
need
science building.
The building that has all the stuff that we need.
Yeah. I didn't even guess. I just assumed that, of course, it's set up in the place that has all the stuff that would let us find out what this is.
Yeah.
Because it's just written that way. So cool. We have some plans of action.
We
Yes. Much which includes fire.
And we got to find the rest of those people.
I mean,
They're already left.
They're gone. They're all
Yeah.
gone.
Yep.
Well, but
gone.
yeah, but where?
Game over, man. Game over.
I mean,
over.
somebody at some point tried to burn someone else in this situation, so there might still be some actual human survivors.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's worth investigating.
Yep. So
I
okay.
mean, it would be nice not to burn down a building with survivors in it.
Well, the
I mean-
building's made of the
Rock, the
rock
building itself
Yeah.
won't burn.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. The contents are fun.
All right. Any enemies here?